Oh, should I?
Sure, yeah, check it on your phone. Because I'm just gonna sit here until I get confirmation that it works. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. Oh, it's got a live counter.
Yeah, it says we're live.
Huh.
Oh
shit.
That's weird.
Oh wow, it's actually a thing.
It's live. We're live.
Yeah, we're actually live. Look at that. For 20 seconds we've been live.
All right, everybody.
Well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us in your beautiful home again, Dave.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers,
David.
So I guess if we're gonna catch up, Dave, you know Kevin moved out. We talked about that briefly.
Yeah.
Yes.
His new place is dope. Yeah, this is gonna be wild.
Nice.
Looking back and forward.
I'm gonna look at you, Dave, in the camera.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, we got a monitor. I can't see you through Jesse's head.
Yeah, that's okay. I can back up if we need to.
I remember what you look like.
Yeah.
Well,
so
good.
Kev's new place is really nice.
Yeah,
it's got big windows. He picked that. I'm not gonna walk all over your story, but he picked the place that had more windows than not. So it looks really nice. It's a nice view and it's got lots of light.
Downtown or what?
Yeah, it's literally like right across the alley. From
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You walk out of the shop and you're in Kevin's house.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm getting used to being real lazy and going into work at like the very last minute.
5 minutes before.
No, I'm there way too early. I'm there at like 8:20.
When you hear Terry pull up and you just have to run over and beat him.
Well, no, he's beat me every damn day.
Really?
Man. It's unbelievable.
Huh.
The guy is so on it.
Huh.
I've never met a more conscientious person.
Huh.
Like literally, he's so like well put together.
Huh.
It's
That's
wild.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like when he was a cook though, like he was really good in their kitchen too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I worked with Terry for like 2 or 3 years.
He knows a lot about that mesoplot stuff without actually knowing what it is.
Yeah, because I said it to him and he looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, he's like, that's just what we do.
Do you know what that is?
No,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
What you're talking about.
Mesoplot. So
Just
it's like
everything in its place.
everything in its place.
Oh,
And it's like a French cuisine thing. So like you have like all your knives always go in the right place. Like you respect your time. So you know, like a pan takes time to warm up. So like you understand that from a management perspective. And there's lots of books on like relating like the kitchen, especially French kitchens, to like business, and that's just one of them. And he does such a good job, man. Like he does his whole drawer is like laid out perfectly. Like everything is just beautiful.
I copy everything he does.
It makes my brain feel so good just
It's
looking
like
at it.
even just watching his the way he sets up his station. It's just so like meditative and perfect. He has everything just so, and it's something like his efficiency is just at an all-time high, and he does that in his tattooing too. Like. There was this tattoo that would probably take me a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to do on like script on someone's ribs.
Yeah.
Just slow because it's,
Yeah.
He did the thing in 7 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. He didn't even really think he was going to time it, but he happened to look at his clock before and right after he finished, he was like, 7 minutes. Like
just because he's prepared.
And he's just so like structured in the way he approaches things.
Yeah.
It's really quite cool.
Yeah.
He's teaching me a lot, which is good.
I've talked about that lots on this channel, how like discipline gives you freedom though.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like the more disciplined you can be in like your routine, it gives you the freedom to like exercise things like 7-minute tattoos, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've been, even with the hairstyle right now, just the idea of making things just quicker and easier, and
you just have commitment issues.
Less to. Yeah. Well, my hair had commitment issues with me. I think is more what it was, to be honest.
That's probably right.
Yeah. He was in revolt, so
that happens. I was showing pictures to someone at work today about. Oh my God, Nick's here. Hey, Nick, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hi, Nick.
What's happening?
I don't know you, but hello.
He's my friend Nick. He's from Cincinnati. He has a big YouTube channel.
Oh,
yeah, him and I are bros.
Nice.
He's an amazing singer.
Yeah, amazing singer,
amazing.
bro. Oh yeah. Hey, Nick, while I got you here, I know you're gonna help me out. So we're trying to do live reactions too, so that I can prepare it for when you're here. So if you got a link you want to send me, man, you may as well. I mean, like you tipped us, bro. I appreciate that.
Oh wow.
Cheers to you, bro. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you, bro.
But if you want to drop us a link, man, we'll see if we can make it work. Oh, what's up, Jaden? Cheers.
Cheers to Jaden.
I don't know if y'all got drinks in your hand or not, but man, my heart is pounding. This is the craziest shit.
What are you pounding for?
Because it's live, man. It's so cool.
I like that Dave and I are just like unbelievably calm about it.
Y'all are so calm.
We're trying to
like
balance out your
shaking.
sides.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's okay. I love it.
Well, we're just going to cheers every time somebody comes on.
Yeah. Cheers.
So the more of you that come on here, the drunker we're going to get, and the more obscene this will become. So it'll be much more entertaining if more of you show up.
Yeah, that's it. Tell your friends,
just
tell your neighbors.
Straight up. It'll turn into a thing here. I'll start talking about the stuff Jesse had to delete before we started. If you want that, get on here.
I like that I'm like the angel
See,
on
look,
your
now they're
side and,
showing
like,
up. I told you.
it's like an angel and devil thing on your shoulders.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We can do that tonight.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
Thank you, Jaden, the continent. What's up,
Cheers.
everyone?
What's up, everyone?
Yeah,
we're
look at these people.
Cooking. Look at this. This is nuts.
See, Jess?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
Jess
cool.
is getting all
I'm still waiting
worried.
for a link. I want to do reaction while we're on here. So a little
Yeah.
backstory. If you guys don't watch the podcast, Dave, actually all three of us used to work together.
Yeah.
At a guitar store. Dave's like a recording engineer. He's getting into producing. He's got an album. He's going to drop too. So like he's right up there
Someday.
with all this technical shit that I know you guys all appreciate from Kevin and I. So
True.
anything y'all want to see, man, toss it our way. And if not, we're just going to kind of ramble. I haven't seen Kevin in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Now we don't live together. It's weird.
Yeah. So I guess we could catch up that story too. So Kevin and I used to live together
Yes.
temporarily.
Yes.
Kevin moved out.
Yep.
But we're gonna pick a day a week. We're gonna do videos still.
Have to.
Have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dave's
I
gonna
did,
start getting in some reactions too.
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah. One of these days.
He said
We've
we're
done
gonna
a couple.
we're gonna react to a bunch of Kid Rock videos.
Bunch of Kid Rock videos. Nick, if you're out of here, buddy, thank you so much for stopping in. I don't know if that was just like a salute or if
Or if there was a link there.
yeah.
There's no link there.
Oh, is there no link?
I don't see a link. Okay.
This is all new to me, so y'all have to bear with me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna bring our booze over here.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So Kevin said we were talking about the discipline thing. I've seen it like to go to the music thing. I've seen it in like the Bruno Mars stuff a lot. I've seen it in the Beyonce stuff a lot. Like where anytime there's a lot of like choreography, a lot of moving parts, the discipline is unbelievable.
Yes.
And we were just talking about mise en place.
Mesoplots.
And it's all discipline, right? But it gives you freedom to do a lot of fun things and a lot of cool things that like we try to watch and pick on, right?
Yeah.
And that's got to be one of the big lessons that Terry's.
Well, there's like I've learned that now in a couple of different avenues, and like one of them, this is gonna sound stupid, but one of the best pieces of advice that I got, I can't remember if it was Lee or Rick or somebody, but when it was coming down to like I was talking about like, oh, this is gonna be tough to tattoo this thing or whatever, and it was just like I was overthinking it, and then the thing that they told me was just don't mess it up, and it was one of those like I don't know why that helped me a lot, but it was just one of those things because like I realized that it was one of those like. If I have attention to it, if I pay attention and I have care to it and I approach it with the idea that I am not going to mess this up and I do everything right in that respect, that gives me the best chance of it going right.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why I didn't understand that before that. It was one of those like the idea of messing something up or having it go poorly was on the table and they just said, don't let that be on the table. You know what I mean? Where it was just like this idea of like, you want it to be perfect. And if you have the ability to say like, well, there's going to be this amount of possible negative, it's like, well, then that's going to occur. It's like, I don't know. It helped me a ton where like when I approach like pulling a line is a very exact thing. It only goes one way and you have to do it perfectly. And it's like, you either do that right or you don't. And that's kind of that idea of like, if you care about something and you give it attention, and even if you're like, I would say at any high level of performing, or art or anything on demand, it's like that high level care and attention and discipline will net you a certain result. And I just think back to all the times like when I was playing music, like there was times where I wasn't getting things right. You know what I mean? I didn't have that care and attention and that discipline within those lanes. And it was always just one of these like I had this factor of like, oh, we're human and you know, it is what it is, and nobody can play it perfectly, but there's tons of examples of people all the time playing it as close to perfect as is probably humanly possible. But
well, the tattoo thing is, it's probably more like recordings, like a one take recording than it is a
to tape.
Right? Yeah. Then it is a live show. You get a lot of the
artistic part to it too, right? Like you could. It's the same as like we've talked about guitar playing. If I play guitar riff, you play one, you play one. You could tell who's playing what. Maybe not who, but you can tell they're different. Yeah. It's the same as like if you guys did the same tattoo on me, one would look like Dave's tattoo, one would look like Kevin's tattoo.
Yeah,
right?
Kev's would look okay, and mine would be fucking rough because I've never tattooed.
Yeah. Hey, it might be better than you think. You never.
Well.
Yeah. No. I like. There is something to that. You do have the heartbeat of the person doing it always. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like. And I would say that for tattooing for sure, but for music for sure. Like, you know, I've kind of accepted the fact that like when I play guitar, it sounds like me. Yep. Like always.
It's a good thing though.
You know what I mean? And
you knock things sharp.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. All the time.
We don't know how, but it happens.
It's called I got a heavy right hand. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that's like to me, it's that I think you can have that kind of anywhere. You know what I mean? I didn't think that the same way before, but like if you want a certain result, and you're willing to give that whatever care, attention, discipline, whatever it is. But that if you're willing to sacrifice whatever it was holding you back from giving it that level of care, you know what I mean, and attention and detail or whatever you want to call it, and you can sacrifice those things, then you can achieve it. But I don't know, there's a lot of things that have really helped me get way better, way faster. And that was one of them. It's just one of those like, oh no, just do it right.
Well, and you kind of like, you don't have a choice now.
Yeah.
Because like you don't have a regular job anymore.
No,
you just
regular paycheck.
And like what's neat about that is like, it's kind of like the sink or swim thing is something that you've always been good at. Or the fight or flight thing.
Yeah,
I guess.
sink or swim.
Sink or swim. Yeah, that's the right one.
Yeah, I've always said I
the
learned
right
better under pressure. Or like I learned better in the fire. Like I grow faster.
And, well, because you don't get a choice then.
Yeah.
There's no backing out when it's like this is one take, one go. You know what I mean? It's like playing for James Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to get fired?
We've talked about it on here too. Yeah.
James Brown, Prince.
Yeah. Prince would do that. What was the Prince story?
That was with
I've been watching so many Prince drummers lately.
It was with John. No. What's that guy's name?
Moffat?
Nope.
No?
He played for JT after Prince.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh man.
Kev's a risk taker. Kev is a risk taker.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I try and take
just leap off that bridge, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's been my life a lot.
It's cool, man. Like living with someone, you see the things that they're nervous and anxious about, and to see like the work that Kevin puts in and like what he's willing to put on his Instagram and stuff. Like I have been asking Kevin for a straight line tattoo for almost a year now.
Yeah.
April will be a year, and now I see you're doing them all the time.
Yeah. And now I know if I was to do whatever you wanted me to, I could probably do it reasonably well.
That's good, right? And I'm just gonna tell you not to fuck it up either.
Yeah. Man, it's wild though. Like just having that commitment, like having to like literally eat off of what I do. And then like I have to say yes to things that I'm not comfortable with saying yes to. And I have to like,
because you need the money.
Yeah, because I literally have to survive.
You have to survive.
But it's making me progress really fast.
Yeah.
Like really fast. And I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, no, that's good. You're gonna have to be a spokesperson, or you're gonna have to lend a helping hand.
And I was actually thinking about starting a secondary page where I just talk about this stuff.
You should,
because I feel like there's not a lot of avenues of people talking about this type of, like, I would call it low level risk and low level change. Like, is this, people talk about like your greats, they talk about like your Elon Musks and things like that, and all these people that are like the outliers of it. But like in regular life, there's lots of times where you have to kind of take leaps and make changes and deviate from the norm and get into situations where you're uncomfortable and all that stuff. And like, there's a practical way of approaching all of those things that nobody seems to talk about for some odd reason. It's a lot of like,
well, you don't hear about guys that are just getting started. You hear about the guys who've already made it.
Yeah.
Right. That are already at the top of their game. And then they're relaying how they got there. And that's all well and good. But yeah, like when you're just trying to make a transition from one thing to another thing or whatever, it's like that seems so far away.
Yeah.
To be at that point, when you're like, just like, okay, I'm going to make a change in my life. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make that happen. How do I go from the thing I've been doing this long to this whole new thing? I want to live this different way. Yeah, like you said, there's not a lot of people out there talking about this, that transition in between.
Man,
right?
like even just like I went from living unhappy to living happy.
And feeling okay that you're happy.
Yeah.
That's another part of it too.
Like
right?
that just like recognizing that there was a way of living life that was very negative and it was difficult. And I wanted to make a change. And the change that I made was kind of radical in a lot of different areas. And a lot of people that, like, I would say my closest knit people were supportive. But Joe Average that I talked to about it was just one of those like,
they don't understand.
Well, it just seemed unattainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This idea of like, I don't know, being content in one's life. It seems foreign.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I've gone back and forth now. Like I've been in a little bit of a rut lately, so it's kind of knocked me out of it. But like, I know that feeling of like, oh, I'm on my path. I just need to follow this through, and it's something good is going to come from it. And then feeling like I can never make this happen. This is all like, this is so impossible. Like, this is so far away from where I am right now. And it's like trying to get that feeling back of, no, I can do it. I can do it. I just got to ride through. I got to grind through the shit until I get to the good spot again, you know? And yeah,
you're probably like, from previous parts of your life, you're probably used to going back to that rut. And then like, being beat down, being sick, like losing weight really quickly, it just like puts you back in that rut because it's an easy jump once you've been there.
It puts you back into that, oh, well, I guess I better not get too far ahead of myself. I gotta, keep it together for this, that, and the other thing. And oh, well, can't make a big jump yet because gotta look after things in life,
well, that's the cool thing is to hate your job and just drink beer on the weekend, right?
Yeah, it does seem to be the thing, right?
Yeah,
that's
just like the norm.
Yeah.
Well, and people are more likely to relate to that, right? Because that's how they live. So they I think we talked about this before, but it's the whole misery loves company thing, right? The whole idea of, well, if you're at my level and we're all going through the same bullshit and doing the same thing, it's all cool. But if you try to raise yourself up from that, then all of a sudden you're
outlier.
You're an outlier now. Oh, what, you think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Because you can go out and you do something else. You're better than me. Oh, well, fuck you. I don't want to talk to you about this. You're better than me.
Which the funny thing is like anybody that's in that mindset isn't gonna give you that. You know what I mean? Like nobody that's in the like kind of a growth mindset is wanting you to feel bad because of things. They want you to feel good and enjoy your route out of feeling bad. Because like if you kind of were in a situation where you're kind of stuck and you get unstuck, you're like, man, I wish more people get unstuck.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling to be unstuck. And it like I understand that idea of like, different things triggering people, especially while you're in a low place. It's hard to see people that are up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah,
like, I get that personally because I felt that. Like, it's one of the reasons I stopped going on Facebook and different social media things is because the negative stuff was one thing, and that would make you feel negative. But there's this other weird thing that when you're not in a great place and you see people, even if it's an illusion. It's just a show they're trying to present to the public, but you see people that are, seemingly living awesome lives and all the rest. And it's like, if you're not there, it kind of knocks you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me personally, anyway, like I there's little things that would start to make me feel like, oh man, this makes me feel shitty to see this person doing good. And it's like, I realize that's not a good thing, but I can't help it either. So all I can do is kind of take myself out of anything that would cause me to compare myself, right? Comparison is the joy or the death of joy or whatever they say, right? So
I think the difficulty in that is like you have like, so there's one way of it being where it's just like, so you see this positive thing and it makes you resent what you currently have, right?
Yeah.
But there is the idea of targets. You know what I mean? Like, if you can look at it less of like, hey, this is this thing, and I'm now looking at the rest of my life going, why isn't my life that? Or, it can be that for a lot of people, and I totally understand, and that was for me the same for a long time. But like, if you can shift where your mindset is in terms of being grateful for what you have and looking to progress yourself within that gratitude, as in like, I am happy with where I am now, or grateful for at least being alive now, and I want to move myself to a place where I am more grateful for more things within my life, and I want to embrace those things and become grateful for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I gain them and become grateful for them as I gain them. Then all of a sudden you can look at those things as targets and less like
objectives.
Yeah, or less like fuel to fire the anger that you have.
Yeah, like it's funny what you mentioned with the whole gratitude thing. I mean, like, it's kind of a stoic philosophy, but I haven't been doing it every night, but every few nights, like when I'd find myself in a really shitty spot, I would actually start to think, okay, stop thinking about the things that you're upset about, and then think, okay, like you said, what are you grateful for?
Yeah.
I look, my daughter, I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm not in abject poverty.
Yeah.
I don't live in the big fancy house, but I have a house. There's a roof over my head. I'm not wanting for food. I'm not afraid that, you know, with the state of the world, you know, somebody's gonna kick in my door and you know, with a rifle and right, you know, I mean, it seems like basic stuff, but just enough to remind myself, okay, things could be worse. You don't have it the worst in the world, you don't have it the best in the world,
okay, so
but it's be happy with what you do have and the things that you have accomplished. And that
the only thing I would challenge in that a little is just like comparing struggle as in like this isn't the worst. Like our brains aren't wired that way. You know what I mean?
No, they're not. They
Yeah.
really aren't. Like you are much more likely to pick up on your deficiencies or the negativity in your life than you are the pause. And I mean, that's just a biological.
I still think that's conditioned though, because like since like going through kind of like what Kevin's talked about, like my December event, like my whole perspective has changed, and now I look for the good before I look for the bad. Like it's totally a shift, and it's like knee jerk too.
All I'm trying to say is just like if you go to the place where you go, well, like other people have it worse than me. Sometimes people use that. I'm not saying that you are, but I'm saying sometimes that people will use that to defer mourning or going through and processing
and not
the
actually
hurt that they have, right?
Yeah.
Because like that was one of the things that I used when I was depressed, was just this idea of like, well, other people and therefore not me. And it made it so that I put a pause on processing any of the things that I needed to process. And I didn't put any value on me, and I wasn't taking care of myself, and I wasn't going through like there's a lot of things in our life that are kind of we go through the grieving process in. And if you get stuck too much in that idea of like, well, other people got it worse, you just shut down that grieving process immediately. You've bartered your way out of grieving.
That's fair, but I guess it, like to some degree, it almost feels like, how long can you stay in that grieving process, right? Like
Do
when
you
you're
have to
in,
go through the process?
I know, but there's
like
I guess there's a part where it's like, fuck, I want to get other things done. You know what I mean? I want other things in my life.
So
you know,
I would say like something that I would say we could do societally is schedule grieving. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but giving yourself time in your week to be like, this is the time where I feel as heavy as I can feel. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I think that one of the issues is like we get to a place where it's like, oh, I've got this feeling and it's going to be years, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage with this feeling. I'm going to feel uncomfortable and I'm going to escape from it a little bit. And then I'm going to come back in and out of it. And I'm just going to constantly reach for escapes, whether it's my phone, whether it's booze, whether it's weed, whether it's TV, whether it's whatever. But I'm going to give myself all these little outs so that as soon as I feel that discomfort, I can edge myself out of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, something that could take you a day is going to take you 10 years because you're never actually engaging with the feeling of it. And so I think one of the reasons that people get all hopped up on things like meditation and stuff like that is because this allotment to existing, you know what I mean? This like dedicated time to just exist and be and not run.
Yeah.
And I think like if we were a healthy society and we were like, hey, we're going to give space to things that require space, and we're going to actually schedule them into our lives, I think that could help. I mean, like
it probably could. I mean, I think unfortunately at least the way I've been feeling lately is just this whole the rat race isn't going to stop. I have to keep rolling along, at least for the time being. So there's only so much time and room to allocate to, you know, any kind of mental self-care.
Yeah, but
I
it's
guess,
tenfold
right?
return, man.
No, I get it, but it's like, fuck, man, when you're in the middle of it and you're just like going through life and you're doing this and you're doing that, it's sometimes
it's 10 minutes a day. You know what I mean? It might seem like you need to do a mountain right now. You know what I mean? It might seem like, oh shit, I've got all this to work through, and it's going to take weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, because societally we've made it so that you don't deal with it. So now all of a sudden this pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But like if you had it in your daily routine to like feel a way about some things, you know what I mean? And just like fully experience the feelings of them, then all of a sudden it doesn't look like a mountain anymore. But that's like a foundational societal thing where we structure life to give space to these things. And then because I keep thinking like, oh man, if I was a kid just like in school being like, hey, guess what? Today for the next 20-30 minutes, you're just going to feel, and you're going to do whatever you need to from that feeling, but you're going to feel only. You know what I mean? Like just daily.
Mhm.
Like this is your little allotment to feel. And so you get really comfortable with the idea of feelings just in general and processing and letting your body do the thing that it's trying to do
Mhm.
and not run away from it. Like I just think like we're so new to the idea of being able to engage with these things correctly.
Well, I think there's another side to that too, right? I think just as guys,
Oh yeah,
that's
this
there's
conversation
another,
is kind of crazy for
Mm.
three guys to be
yeah,
having.
right?
No,
Like,
no, because like, can I?
Societally, I'm
Can
just
I-
saying, like,
societally,
historically,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
as-
I'm
as-
saying it's good that we're doing it.
It's
not-
Very,
it's
very
not a
good,
bad
but
thing.
It's just
It's just
historically,
Yeah.
it's just
like my
not
dad
something
never had
that's
this. You know what I
no,
mean?
of course not, yeah.
exactly. Like
Which
it's
is
not
like-
something that's encouraged,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like to support that fact, like, and if you don't mind me kind of telling the story, but when Kevin moved in with me, he said, "Hey man," he said, "I'm feeling really low about myself." Actually, this is before you moved in with me. It was when you were living by yourself. You're like, when I leave, like I just want a hug and someone to tell me that they love me.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, man, every time.
Yep.
And it's like I know that there is not a lot of male relationships where people can do that. There's probably not a lot of female male relationships where you can do that.
No.
Or any of the relationships. Like it's like that is something that it did more for me than I expected it to. And it's like if I had practiced that with a lot of my friends growing up, I'd probably still have a lot more of them.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And or like I wouldn't have like those like knee-jerk responses to the Instagram where it's like, oh well, you know, whatever excuse for this guy or whatever bland excuse I can give myself why I don't have whatever I think I need, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, without being able to face that, like you said, like it becomes really weird, right?
Yeah. Well, and not being told that it's okay, and like a lot of this stuff, I feel like, for myself, I feel like I've been bumbling around in the dark, trying to find information about things that doesn't feel like there's a hell of a lot of information about.
Not readily available.
No, and like if there is, it's pretty. You have to kind of work to find it.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And you have to find it within conversation with other people.
Yep.
Like most people like to kind of chill on the surface.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They just love that. They just that's the
Well,
safe
nobody
zone.
wants to go deep, right?
Yeah.
Because if one person, I've noticed from like my own, you know, personal life that mostly you said most people don't want to talk about that stuff because it brings up something in them as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might have that realization that something's not right with that. And some people are you know, ignorance is bliss, or you're better off in the matrix, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't think about it, you don't know, and it's not an issue, and you never consider those things, maybe you can escape ever having to deal with it potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's kind of how it feels to me. It's just like, yeah, most people don't want to get into this stuff because you start digging deep into it, and that requires a certain level of self-reflection on each person who's involved in the conversation. And if you're one of those people that have pushed it down and you've never touched this, man, touching that's going to be a scary thing.
Yeah.
Right. The first time you ever get into that. So it's easier just to fuck it. Just put it.
Yeah. Why would you do something hard?
Yeah. Why do I don't want to get involved in this?
Why would you do work?
And I mean, you know what? On one hand, I kind of get it.
Yeah, of course.
Because like I said, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
If you don't know there's a problem and you're not concerned that there's an issue, and somehow it hasn't manifested itself in such a way that it starts to, you know, screw with your life. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're not totally wrong there either, because I don't know. Like once you know, you can't unknow, and once you know that there's an issue and there's something that's gnawing at you, and you can't. I don't know. You can't put that genie back in the bottle either, right?
There's two sides to that. Like there's one perspective in like therapy where it's like once you understand the issue, it's like cured. But then the other is that once you understand the issue, you focus on it.
Yeah.
So it's like two sides of the coin, right?
I mean, I think there's some things that you can cure by knowing it, but then there's other things that are, you know, much deeper rooted and much there. It's not going to just go away necessarily by realizing it's there. You realize it's there, and then you have to figure out how to deal with it from there, which is its whole
other thing.
Well, but like, okay.
Hold on. Talking to your microphone.
Sorry.
You also have a bunch of comments you have to respond to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got
you're
comments.
getting lit up, Kev.
I was gonna say I can't see from here at any of the, even with the contacts in, I can't read these comments from this distance. So you guys will have to translate for me.
Okay, so I'm supposed to respond.
Yeah.
Okay, you got good eyes, right? You
Yeah,
can see this.
I do. I have no glasses.
Kevin's got good eyes.
He's
So
got
the
freak good
continent.
eyes.
Yeah.
I do. Well, I do stare at tattoos for a living.
Yeah.
So the continent, what are you, you're in transitional periods. You're a freelancer and haven't been working, artist, very practical.
I'm
So
about to
you're-
send the continent invite link, and
Yeah,
she's gonna
yeah.
jump on here.
Yeah, no, she should.
I'm literally about to.
Like I would be curious as to what are you transitioning between?
Oh, bro, she's a writer.
Oh, really?
Oh, bro. She was telling me about the Silk Sonic concert,
Yeah.
and like it was the first time I've actually like read word for word and understood everything that was written to me.
Dope.
About something, because I've talked about it enough, man. I got big time ADHD. I got big time executive function shit going on, and reading is not my forte. But I had a lot of fun reading that, and it was very well written.
So you're moving to just freelancing, is that right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
New comment. Yep.
Oh man,
well, there's probably a delay, isn't there?
Yeah, there's probably a
little
delay.
bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that you're moving into straight freelance.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's where I'm at.
Yep.
It's scary. It's absolutely scary. Like, but I will say, like, until I made the jump fully, I didn't get good. Like, I was good, but I didn't get really good until I made the full jump. Then now all of a sudden I've been growing way faster because I actually dove in. And then
well, like it's sink or swim at that point, right?
But yeah, it was out of necessity. Like it was a different type of intensity that came along with it. And it was
there's something to
you're
that
cooking
too. Yeah.
Not a writer professionally, but would love to be professionally. I've worked in digital video as a freelancer mostly.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Dope.
Oh, I need help. I need so much help in digital video. Are you kidding me? I didn't know this. We're Instagram friends now. We like message each other, and I had no clue.
Well,
I'm so sorry I haven't taken part in your life as much as you've taken part of mine. Oh my God. Okay,
man.
Well, we'll sort that out.
Work your way up, bro.
Yep. Nick had a big day today too.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Nick.
What happened, Nick?
I don't know if we're gonna get into this.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Nick is probably he's like a very big warm grizzly bear, I'm assuming, and he had a very close friend. Some stuff happened with him, and
sorry, man.
Yeah, so they had a memorial today.
And, I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry, yeah, man. But
if you ever need anything,
yeah, you got us.
You know, I got
both.
your back.
Yeah, we got you. All of y'all, man. And like back to the like support thing, like Kevin being a freelancer now, like I'm gonna out you on this too. Find him on Instagram, man. Hit him up, ask him questions, because like he's a very inspiring guy. It's frustrating that you moved out, even though I know it's better for you to have the discipline of, not like with Mitch, where it's like, hey, yeah, I'll pay rent on whatever day, and shout out to my roommate Mitch because he's fantastic. But you know what I mean? Like the discipline part is good for you.
Well, like it was something that like I had to challenge myself to be disciplined in all walks of life, if you know what I mean. Like that there's this idea of like having to maintain my own space there, maintain my own workspace. Like I don't know.
Live right across the street from work.
Yeah. It was it's
the next door. It's literally you walk into the alley and the next door you go into, and you go into Kevin's house.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's pretty wild. But it was part of like my stance on how I was going to approach this. It was as soon as I saw that place come available, it was one of those like, A, I'm getting it. And B, it's me taking it as a sign that I'm fully investing. And it's not just fully investing in the job. What I view it more as is fully investing in myself.
Yeah.
Because like I've always had it where
well, your job is yourself now, because you could pick this up and take it
it's
anywhere.
Your business now, right?
Right. That's the thing.
Well,
it's not beholden to like a physical location.
No,
per se.
No, I can go anywhere in the world right now. Well, not anywhere in the world.
Well, you know tattoo artists in the world too.
Oh yeah, many. Yeah, and I can go guest at their spots. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
so cool. Need a manager?
Yeah, I mean, if I get to a place where I'm performing high enough, I'm totally fine. But like for me, it was like I had to give myself like it was an investment. One of the things that I've realized about life is that if we don't invest in things, we don't respect them the same. And so for me, I had this job that I was holding on to that allowed me to kind of disrespect tattooing. And in a similar way, I was disrespecting myself because I was putting myself into a place where I could work harder or less hard and get the same result. I had no drive to perform better. I had nothing that was going to push me into a different place. And I had no ladder to climb. I had no there was nothing. It was just whatever I wanted to do. I could just keep this thing going, and it was fine. It just was fine.
No
I was
incentive for progression.
I was in lukewarm water. You know what I mean? I was just chilling, and that's all well and good. It was just one of those like, when I decided to make this change, it was just like I need to get to a place where I'm investing in myself correctly, and the apartment was part of it. And then in the apartment is a part of my lifestyle that I want to achieve and how I want to live my life. And I had this like kind of talk with myself as to what I wanted my life to look like. And now I'm just slowly walking out the pieces of that puzzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I partly just because like I want it for myself, but I also just don't want to have all these ideas of things that I think are good and not be implementing them in my own life. I didn't like the idea of potentially being a hypocrite within it. And I knew that for me to maintain my kind of new view on myself and my new view on life and my no more depression kind of view, there was things that I had to do, and this is one of them. And it's just me keeping myself honest. You know what I mean? And I have to do that in every walk of life that I can.
What's cool is seeing the progression from you being like a weekend musician, because you could have pursued that the same. You could have been like, I'm going to be a musician. I'm going to try really hard.
Dude, I had an offer.
Yeah.
I had an offer to move down to Nashville and be an assistant at a studio. And it was one of those, could have.
Yeah.
And it was like probably a perfect point in my life to have done that.
Yeah, but there's no point. Like, I know you don't reflect on that, but like, and that's not what I'm driving at either. It's just like, it's good to see that you're doing that now, because like it's good to see, like, because now you can go to Dave and you can say, hey man, like I jumped in and it's not that scary.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Well, okay. It creates challenges. I will not say that it's scary, but there are challenges.
Yeah.
And you just have to deal with those challenges as they come. I think the scary thing is more just like viewing all of them and all the question marks and all the things that you don't know and all the unknowns and all the problems that you know you will have to come across. Those all seem like a lot when they're just viewed on the whole shot. But when you're in it and you're just dealing with them as they come up, they're just one. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't have to deal with them all at once. You just have to deal with one, and then you deal with the next, and then you deal with the next, and then it becomes a lot less scary. It's more like practical and problem solving and pragmatic decisions rather than like, oh my god, there's so much shit I have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I try to break things down into, okay, there's this step, and then there's this step, and there's this step, and like we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and
functions,
right. And I mean, I'm good with that. Like, in a sense, like mentally, I can break down everything into pieces. It's
like a to-do or a checklist.
Oh, whatever. Totally. It's just the sometimes it's the execution of, right, in the midst of trying to stay alive and do everything else you got to do, right? I have a small human I have to look after as well, right? So it's it'd be a little bit of a different thing, I guess, if it was just me for some of it, where it's like, oh, whatever happens to me happens. You know what I mean? I can kind of deal with it, but I can't totally. I got to keep in mind also that it's not just me anymore, right?
No, but to be honest, that equation then just all of a sudden becomes for both of you, right? It's not necessarily that it's just you and her. It's like now you're living your life, both of you.
Yeah.
And those decisions, I would just encourage you that when you start walking in it and facing those challenges as they come, it's okay. You can walk at it at whatever pace you need to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to jump in. You can keep elements of safety, but in terms of moving forward, you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the main part of it.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. Like, I go through stages of really, really being very motivated and being very, there's times where I've been able to see it so clearly. Like, if I follow this path, good things will happen. And I just have to see it through, and I'm laser focused on it. And then sometimes, you get knocked back a little bit, and then you question things a little bit.
You're compartmentalizing different things. Whereas, like, in my opinion, if I were to unsolicitedly prescribe you, I would say, like, when you're breaking down your checklist, you need to add in time to reset Dave.
Yeah.
The first time I meditated, it was like an 8-minute mindfulness exercise, and my psychologist sat in front of me in the room, and he just kept saying, forgive yourself, come back to the room, forgive yourself, come back to the room. And at the end of it, it was like, I can't remember what I said. It was like, thank your body for like setting aside 8 minutes on your own. And I just like bawled, man. It was like I hadn't done that in so long. I haven't just sat still for so long, because I'm always like, just like, oh, I gotta put out a fire here. I gotta take care of this person. I gotta make sure this person didn't forget about me. I gotta
nonstop.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how
sometimes.
much, like Kevin said, how much running are you willing to do, man, before you just trip and fall on your face, right?
Well, I mean, and like I said, some of it is, some of it you can, rationalize away, but there are certain things like, got to make sure my daughter's got food, and you know what I mean. Lunch is packed for lunch, and then I got food. You get into the routine of life. Like, I was hoping to be further along on what I'm working on now than what I am, and lately it's been a lot of like, okay, it's okay. It's not. This is a marathon, not a sprint, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys. Like, I start getting upset that I'm not further ahead. And then because of that, it gives me this feeling of inadequacy, right? That because I haven't achieved these things that I have set out in my mind to achieve already, that there's something deficient in me because I haven't done that, and that I need to
can I ask a couple questions?
Up the level. Yeah.
So say you are that guy, and you are at that point, whatever that is in your head. What does that guy do?
What does that guy do?
How is that guy as a person, rather than what does that guy do?
Well, I think a lot of my problem is that, and I've had this for a long time, I live in the future, right?
Sure, but like
mentally of, okay,
totally,
if I can achieve this and I can achieve that, then things will be good. And what I'm realizing is that I'm letting certain sections of, or certain amounts of my life slip by, where it's like I'm waiting for this thing.
Yeah, so like that's anxiety, right?
Yeah.
You're living in the future.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
and I know it's a
like,
problem, but I still
future
get caught
here.
into it.
Bring that future here, okay? And look at it practically. So say you're like, but leave the job portion out of it, okay? Because like the job portion, like right now I'm doing the job thing that I want to do, but more importantly, I'm focusing on what the person is. Because the job is just what I do.
Yeah.
I will change professions many times in my life. What I want to do is I want to be that person that I want to be, right? So my question to you is, that person, when you've achieved that thing, whatever that intangible is that would make you feel at peace, what is that person? What does that person do? How is he?
That's, you know what? And I mean, I think about that, right? I think, wouldn't it be better to be living the way that guy in my head, instead of waiting for that to be that person, live like that guy now.
But sometimes I can undermine yourself, though,
right? Sometimes I can get a little of that going, and then things feel good.
But think about what you just said, right? Like, so you're living in your head about that guy.
Yeah.
So does that guy live in his head?
Well, hopefully not by that point.
You know what I mean?
But what does that mean?
Right. Hopefully not at that point.
But what does that mean? Hopefully not.
Well, yeah.
Do you, like, what I tend to look at things in two different lenses right now, which is like the internal and the external, right? So you're talking about you're internally living about your external circumstances changing.
Yeah.
Okay. So say your external circumstances have changed. The thing that occupies your mind, okay? The thing that keeps you on the internal. Your external is now wherever you want it to be. What does your internal look like? Because now your internal can't fixate on the external the same way. You've answered that question. You've given it that response.
Yeah.
So what does your internal state look like? And what not necessarily what is it looking like now, but what is a healthy, peaceful Dave look like?
Yeah.
If all of those external factors that you think are stimulating your internal, if all of those are satisfied, what does your internal state look like?
Well, I mean, ideally, that would be a confident, self-assured person who is satisfied, with his life in his own skin that is
but
Keep fucking going.
Yeah,
Keep fucking going.
keep
You're
going.
describing exactly. So
like, yeah,
you want that thing,
I want that.
and you think that this side's going to give you this side.
Well, I just feel like there's and some of this is it goes back to, you know, childhood shit,
Sure.
right? But basically, like there's just certain things that that I found it hard to get past. Finances is one.
Sure.
Right. It's always
Yep.
been a thing since I was a kid, right? Like with my mom and
Yep.
parents and stuff. Like it was always it was an issue. So that's always been one of those things in my mind that it's like, until I can get to a certain level, I guess, like in some ways I have this almost a status fixation, right? That I'm not good enough yet. Like I haven't checked off the boxes. I haven't completed the things to make me that person that would be, you know, that would draw in those good, right?
You hit the nail on the head. You hit it clean out of the park. I'm not good enough. Like that's all you have to focus on.
Yeah.
Because like
really,
if that's
at
this
the
is
core,
your internal state,
regardless of whatever the individual issue is, yes,
if your internal state stays
something
as
that I'm not worth,
enough, right?
I'm not good enough yet. I'm not worth enough yet.
Then
I have to achieve something to make myself
that external thing then can shift, and you get those guys that get millions of dollars and they're never satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I work with a guy who makes a considerable amount of money, and since his internal state is this is never good.
It's never there. Yeah. And I worry about that, to be perfectly honest, man. I worry that maybe I do achieve certain things and then it's still not enough. Because then we're right. But
that's where you got to change your metric too, right? Because if you're again competing against what you think is like the social or like Instagram norm, it's like, that's like, I tell Kevin this all the time. There's a book called The High Performance Habits. And it's like, you have to tell yourself it's okay to outperform people, and you have to tell yourself it's okay for you to decide what 100% is, not the next person.
That's part of what really helped me. Well, like when I listened to that book, that helped me in a number of different ways. Like me doing what I'm doing isn't the norm. And I had to be cool with that. I had to be cool with the idea that there was things that I was going to do at the pace that other people weren't going to understand. And I was going to feel like an outlier. Like I was not, like, I'm not doing the right thing. Like I always felt like I was doing something bad because I was doing this thing differently than everybody else.
If you're not following that accepted societal path in life.
But the thing that I accepted for myself was that I like it.
Yeah.
That was the thing that I really accepted, was like me as me. Deep down, Kevin loves it. I love doing that. Like I like moving at the pace that I like to move at. And as soon as I realized that I do it because I like it.
Yeah.
It was one of those like, oh, okay, I can like something.
Yeah.
And I can enjoy it. I don't really care if other people don't understand. I don't care if anybody doesn't like drinking straight rum. That's okay. I like it. That's fine. And everybody's allowed to have their preferences. And I just kind of forgave myself for having a preference that's different from the rest of the world and embraced that preference. And then all of a sudden it's letting me run a little bit faster. And I feel really good every time I do.
Well, and this is the thing, right? When I was in the midst of writing songs and recording them and doing whatever, I felt like
I run over for a sec.
It gave me a certain level of energy and a certain I felt fulfilled, right?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like I felt really good. I felt really, it's like, okay, this is the thing that makes me feel kind of whole.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the thing I could do without making $1 and I would be okay with it. But if I could make money off of it, I could just live this way all the time, I'd feel even better. I mean, I'm past that stage in this project I'm trying to work on now, and now I'm finding it hard, right? To shift into the other gears of all these other things, probably because I've taken on too many, trying to wear too many hats. I'll be honest.
Yep.
You know, I thought, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. I'm putting on too many hats. I'm not being able to achieve all of these things. And it's a lot harder to have the motivation for it because it's not my natural thing. I know I need to do it to make the other part work. And I feel like now it's like, oh, okay, how am I going to make this happen? And I guess I'm getting into the questioning of, oh shit, can I do it? can I actually do this thing that I set out to do in the way that I intended to do it?
I mean, so I would just be curious as to why you think you have to do everything.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because like,
I guess because I
gave
started
up
out
on that.
Yeah.
I gave up on that. Like, if I'm not good at something, I ask for help on it now.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I was talking about Terry, because I don't do what he does well.
Yeah.
But I can watch him, and I can ask him questions, and I can take that and make changes. And but it was something that I realized, like, oh, I'm never going to do that to the degree that this guy does it.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But I can seek out that information to the best of my ability and implement it where I can implement it. But it's not going to be the thing that is natural to me.
Yeah.
That's not going to be my thing. I have to do that to supplement the other stuff, or I have to find people to do the thing that I am actually unable to do. Like I'm not going to be able to deal with my finances. I'm going to have to get an accountant. Just
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, and I have no interest to learn it.
Me neither. I mean, yeah, I got an accountant when I was doing the studio thing.
Yeah, it's just one of those, like,
an account.
That's a limitation of mine that I accept. And there's probably things in this that you're like maybe not wanting, because if you don't feel good enough, I would assume that translates into other areas of your life where you don't feel good enough to ask for certain things. Yeah, okay.
Lots of them. Lots of inadequacies here. Yes.
But the weirdest thing is, like, inadequacies and being able to ask for help are two different things.
Yeah.
Recognizing that you have inadequacies, that's, we all get that.
Mhm.
We all know where we're weak. But if you don't feel like you have value enough to receive help, that's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we always
need to be able to accept
I've always been the type that's afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
You're the go it alone guy.
Exactly. Go it alone. I'll take care of it. I'll do whatever. You know what I mean? You can throw a little more on me. I'll deal with that too.
Yep.
But when it comes down to asking, like, I'm very bad at asking for help for anything. I guess in some way, I've started viewing it as a sign of weakness of some kind, right? If you can't totally, which is really weird.
You're seeing it as you're leaving yourself open to people seeing who you are.
Oh, maybe.
Because the reason you're seeing it as weakness is that means you got a defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're putting up a wall. Because like, oh, you need help. That means I'm a person that needs help. They'll see all these areas that I need help and how I'm not fully together and I don't have my shit. And it's like that they might see that the value thing.
See, it's funny because I can look at somebody else and say the same thing.
Yeah, but
I
can't. Look at oneself,
I can't do it to myself, right? Like the way I, just my philosophy of life, the way I look at the world. I want to live in a world where everyone, we help each other. We do things to bring each other up. And I want to be that guy to help other people do that. But then I guess there's a part of me that's just not comfortable asking for help to rise myself. And I feel like, fuck, you should be able to rise yourself up, get yourself up there. But I don't expect other people, but I expect me. And it's a weird thing, right?
So can I ask this? You don't have to answer this. Can I ask where, like, your anxiety goes? Like, so, like, an event happens, there's something that happens and the anxiety starts. What are your thoughts? Like, what's the theme of it?
What's the theme?
So mine is like an event will happen where I feel like I'm out of control, and then I think there's going to be a confrontation I'm not prepared for. And it's usually verbal, just because I stumble over words all the time, and like I don't want to be embarrassed or whatever. So like I tell Kevin this all the time, but like I'll go into my yard and I'll be like, oh man, like I haven't been taking care of my yard for a while. Yeah. So then I start getting anxious about my neighbor calling me out for it and what I would say back. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's me now living in the future, which isn't going to happen. No neighbor's going to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's me being anxious. And so now that I've learned that, I've kind of addressed it. But I'm curious where your language goes.
That's a really good question.
Pay attention to it then.
That's really good question. I mean, like I sometimes it's individual, like, smaller day-to-day things, like kind of like what you're talking about. But for me, I think a lot of the time I jump right out and then kind of look at the whole picture, and I start like looking at like, oh, have I done this with my life? Have I done that? Like I look at it from like, okay, if somebody's looking at the book of Dave when I'm dead and gone, what did I do? What did I achieve? What did I, even since I was a kid, you know, I kind of had that issue of like, I remember like, being in my room drawing a picture one day. I was like, maybe like, God, I couldn't be much older than my daughter is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's 8. I might have been 9 or 10. And it was like my first nihilistic thought.
Yeah.
Of, I put the pencil down and I was like, and I loved to draw. I wanted to be a comic book artist. That was my thing, right? I just drew all the time. And I was just like, I remember sitting there just alone. I can remember the room. I can remember it was a sunny day and just going, in the big scheme of things, this doesn't matter. I'm going to be gone. This doesn't, yeah, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there was, and it stuck with me. It's
so
stuck with me since I was a kid that like there's this
reasonable.
whole, I guess that whole like, you know, pale blue dot thing.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean? Whatever
like,
happens here doesn't matter. I don't make a difference. I don't, you know.
Time is like the great equalizer, right? Like you put this whole thing that we're doing, the Earth on the largest time scale, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because we get swallowed by the sun, and that's an easy kind of bullshit answer
I know,
to purpose,
I
right?
know.
It's just like, well, it isn't because of time. But take the inverse of time, right? Like, so don't go long, go short. Then all of a sudden, what does purpose look like?
Well, then it looks like daily fulfillment.
Not even fucking daily. Minutes, seconds. The way that you interact with people on a daily basis, like the way that you like hold open a door for somebody, the way that you smile.
How often do you honor yourself?
Yeah, right? Like how you think within your own body, the way that you talk to yourself at each moment that's present currently. Like what is purpose when all of a sudden it's right here? Whereas like when you put it out far enough, purpose is gone.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sorry, but tomorrow isn't here. Now is here. Yesterday is gone. It is what it is. Like the only way to approach this stuff in terms of having that feeling of purpose or that feeling of accomplishment or whatever, that's in your daily moments. Those things don't happen in big overarching snapshots.
Yeah.
Like they just don't.
They're too overwhelming if it's a big.
It's impossible.
Yeah, mindfulness. It's me's got it. Like being mindful, but like the thing is like being mindful has two sides too, because we've seen enough, you know, people come in and out of our lives where they finally start to learn self-compassion. But now it's like, okay, I can't hang out and I'm going to be self-compassionate, or I can't do something for you and I'm going to be self-compassionate. And it's like, and now it becomes almost like toxic. I don't really want to use that word, but you know what I mean?
No,
I know what you're saying, because
I
have a tendency to retract myself. There's a part of me that really wants, you know, a better social life, a more, you know, like friends and whatever else, you know,
whatever the picture
companions
of
other kinds, you know. But then there's a part of me that pulls back.
Yeah,
it's
understandable.
That just it's, I don't know if that's like a feeling of, you know, safety mechanism, or just it's survival, just easier, or whatever it is. I know it's not always good though, because I mean I need a bit of that, like for sure I do. I'm that type of person. I need the I charge up better when I'm alone. You know what I mean? If I spread myself too thin, I find I
start losing things.
I start losing things, and my focus starts to wane. I've felt that lately. But then I also have the problem of too much isolation, and then I get trapped inside my own head. So it's this weird, there's a sweet spot, and I've felt it, you know, a few times, where it's like, okay, this is the right amount of both, and then I work really well, right? Because then I can almost feel like I'm charged up from social experience, and I charge up by being alone. But
you know what ideal Dave is.
You've talked about it this whole time.
I guess I do, but it's I keep coming back to this whole it's hard to stay in that there's I know what you're like.
It's a feeling.
No. Yeah. I just want to say, and there's everyone in here that's vibing with us, everyone at this table, you deserve, and you're allowed to feel that way as often as you want to.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, and there's maybe from like the human animal, maybe your first response to whatever happens in your life, maybe you can't control that one, but the next one you can, and you're allowed to honor yourself.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to take care of yourself. Yeah. And I don't need to be the person to say that, but I just told, I want to. I started saying it to myself, and it was just like I'm allowed. Again, back to the December thing. I should just fucking tell the story. But anyways, it just put me in a place where it was like, no one's going to get me out of this, but I don't want anyone else to get me out of this. So it's like, I have to make a decision. It's like, am I going to take care of myself, or am I going to keep waiting for some fictitious character to do something for me that I don't even know what I want?
Daddy.
Yeah,
I always call it Dr. Daddy or something, like just
Yeah.
some sort
Yeah.
of entity above us to
the
fix
man
it.
or whatever.
And you know what? There was a point where I felt that, but it's something different than that. Now, it's not that I'm waiting for somebody else. It's just, there's an expectation that it's an expectation on myself because I know there's not that daddy there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to make things good. I know that is resolved in my mind.
But that's that same route that you're comfortable
But
going
it's
to,
the same.
right?
It's the same root of it. But now it's I put it on me of, okay, you got to be your own savior, which is not a bad thing. I don't think necessarily, because I don't think there is going to be a superhero to just swoop down and make things good. But at the same time, it's just like sometimes it feels heavy. You know, it's like, oh shit, the only one that's going to pull me out of this rut is me.
Yep.
But I'm in the rut, so how do I pull myself out of this rut? Well, you got to figure it out.
You're not going to do it by beating yourself up.
Well, no.
The thing that I've been encouraging people to do, and I don't know if anybody's really taking me up on this yet, but the thing that I keep encouraging anybody that's coming across is like, because you're having like an anxious, depressed kind of
existential almost.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But very, yes. Like I said, I go to that macroscopic view of
it's your escape.
Right. So
It's
that's
escape,
very
bro.
existential of you look at things in the bigger picture, right? Look at how all the pieces move together, which is, it works for me in some ways. Sometimes if I have a very specific project or something I'm trying to do, I can pull back and look at all these, oh, this is how the inner workings of this does this. I run into a problem when I have to do it for me. It's easier for
the value thing.
Yeah, when I can do it for somebody else, it's like pull back. Oh, you need to do this, very clear. Oh, these are the steps, right?
But so can I ask a couple questions? Just I'll ask.
Yeah.
Who is Dave?
That's a good question. Sometimes I think I know, and today's like today, I don't.
When was the last time you spoke as Dave?
As me?
And not hang on, I'll be specific of that.
Okay, yeah.
Not in a way that you're editing yourself for the audience that is listening to you. Just naturally and honestly yourself.
When I'm just honestly me. Those times,
not where you're trying to force something or
be a manager,
get a reaction, do something.
Well, that's just it. I guess it's I'm a manager 8 hours a day.
And it tricks you, bro.
I'm a dad. You know what I mean? 50% of the time, I'm a full-time dad. I've thought of this. Like, I probably got into the wrong profession because of. I've learned to tamper myself down, right? And push my own.
Dude. That's life.
Well, it's life, but customer service, that whole thing, where it's encouraged, right? It's an encouraged thing to where you don't speak your mind.
Customer service, that whole inability, like the escape that we have, the ability to hide in plain sight, the fact that we get to put on all this dog and pony show, that we don't have to be emotionally honest in an environment full of people. Like it's a weird sensation that you go into a place and no one's going to be genuine.
Yeah, 100%.
You go to an Apple
100%.
store, guess what? No one's genuine with you.
Nope.
If they are, they're probably fired soon.
Everybody's looking for ways to try to I mean, you're looking for ways to sell, right? So you're trying to find a way to connect to this other person, mirror that person, become what they want to see.
Overcome.
Genuinely, Dave isn't selling anything.
No.
So that's why I want to know, and I think one of the things that you should be asking yourself, and everybody should ask themselves, is who am I at the core of me?
Mm-hmm.
Do I actually know who that person is? Have I hung out with him or her? Do I have any understanding of who I am at the root of me? Because I didn't. Until I started asking myself those questions. And now all of a sudden I'm starting to understand who I am and I'm acting accordingly. But then after that, if you can understand who you are, challenge yourself to speak honestly as who you are at least once a day. Find a feeling where it feels like a release of who you are. This is just this is me, my essence. I am being exactly how I am supposed to be. For one fucking
more
sentence.
and more and more and more, I find it much harder to put on the show.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
It's exhausting.
It is. It's becoming very exhausting. Like to a point where it's just like, this seems so unnatural and so not how I am meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
The
I went
idea
through it
of essentially pleasing other people,
you got to drink the Kool-Aid, right?
right?
Yep.
And it's this whole idea of always pleasing someone else, always keeping things good, always making sure everybody that works for me is happy and good.
So
All the
here's
people that
another
come
question.
in are good and happy, making sure everyone around me is good and happy.
Here's another question though, because this is the root of kind of what you're talking about. Is genuine Dave gonna make people unhappy?
Probably. Genuine Dave.
I like the look in your eye when you said that.
I'll be honest.
So,
Like genuine,
hang on.
genuine Dave is
Genuine
what got
Dave.
deleted before we started this podcast. But
that wasn't genuine, Dave.
That was Dave trying to make us laugh.
Dave trying to make you laugh. But that's part of it.
That's
though.
also a safety
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie. That's
So here,
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question and try and answer honestly.
Yeah.
Do you want good things for me?
sorry. The
Do you want
you
good
and the
things
me
for Kevin?
For
Do
Kevin.
you, Dave,
Yeah.
want good things for me, Kevin?
Yes, I do.
Genuinely?
Genuinely.
From the
Yes,
bottom of your heart?
I do.
So why do you think that you would hurt people?
I would even ask before that, why do you think that you can shortcome yourself before you would shortcome Kevin?
Well, I guess
But like genuinely,
Kevin's question's a little easier for me to answer than yours to start out with, because some of it is I'm not gonna lie, it's social conditioning, and it's keeping the peace around me. And I won't go into all like the details of
I'll
all
side
of it,
with you on that as a manager.
but I have learned something during this whole COVID thing, and during whatever, it has exposed certain things in myself and other people that I didn't necessarily realize were there. And what I have realized is that when I speak my mind completely honestly, it alienates a certain group of people around me, which they are honestly the same people we were talking about that are negative.
They'll pull you down.
That will pull you down if you try to do better. They are, and I get that, but trying to coexist with those individuals and not rock that boat, so to speak. It's been one of those things where I've realized, like, you can't necessarily always say what's on your mind if you are in a situation that you have to continue to have a good, to have some kind of reasonable relationship with those people.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Maybe I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to have a conversation with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a difficult conversation.
Yeah.
Say you got to fire someone.
Sure.
Do you think there's a way you can fire someone well and there's a way you can fire someone poorly?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm saying is live in the well.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Serve
I'm not
yourself.
saying that there aren't difficult situations. I'm not saying that, like, I've done things now that I've talked back to people, stood my ground in ways that I never thought would be okay.
Yeah.
I thought would be horrible. And they've gone over well when I've been honest and genuine. Because I'm not saying it out of anger.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it because I need to say it.
Yeah.
And it just has to be done. And that's the closest thing to the way that I can say it the best.
I've had that is the case. And I've had instances where I've done that and it has alienated me amongst a group of individuals.
Sometimes that has to happen.
Well, you know what? Yes.
Sometimes that has to happen.
Unfortunately,
that's okay.
Keep it rolling for the time being,
No,
because that's
like,
just the.
There's I don't think it's like super okay. It's not commonplace what we're talking about.
No.
So it would be understandable that behaving in an uncommon way would leave you within an uncommon crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now, if you're going to maintain the status quo, that's the best way to have a lot of people all around you that do the surface thing. It just is.
Yeah.
But if you're going to live the other way, that's the uncommon route. There's going to be less amount of people there.
Yeah.
That's just something you need to accept. If that's the way that you want to live. Like, that's one of those things that I understand about me, the living the way that I'm living, or just speaking the way that I speak. I get that there's going to be a lot of people that it's off-putting for.
Yeah.
I get that I speak in a way that's kind of like challenging, and like I tend to push pretty hard, but I'm not pushing meanly. I'm just pushing because that's what I feel I need to be doing.
Well, and that's the world I want to be. That's the world I want to live in. Unfortunately, it feels like it's not the world I'm living in currently, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
I can live that way, but my day-to-day existence is going to I guess it's the difference of whether I want to be rolling over sandpaper or a smooth surface every day. I can get through the sandpaper, but it's not going to be smooth every day. At least at this, the second I can remove myself from that, well, then it's a whole different story.
I mean, again, it depends what you mean by smooth.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, I'm speaking cryptically about certain.
That's
okay.
I have an underlying thing of what I'm trying to describe, which is like, for me, with the way that I am right now, if I'm speaking fully honestly, the best way I can describe it is like calm water. If I'm just speaking the way that I feel I'm supposed to speak, my whole like inner self just feels calm.
Yeah.
And anytime I try and shut that down, or I try and edit myself and push myself into different ways, all of a sudden I start feeling uneasy.
Yeah.
As if there's ripples in the water.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just trying to push myself to calm water only. And that's more what I'm referring to. It's an internal thing. It's not necessarily that you have to make the world around you that way. I'm just talking about like literally I feel it right here.
Dude, I guess to some degree it's like I've almost like tried to create like a split personality for myself.
Yeah, I get it.
Right? Where it's like I can be this guy.
Yeah.
That
all these hats.
All, you know what I mean? I can be this person that that works in the world, that I
smooths the waters.
Yeah. And then there's this other guy that I know is in there on the other side that doesn't like that at all and doesn't want to be that person, but is still waiting to like take over as the dominant side of my like it's there, like you said, the thing in the eyes, like I've like, you're not the first one to tell me that there's something in like I'm living a certain lie of how my life is, right? And there's another part of me that's like, no, I'm this other thing that hasn't really,
because you got to honor that more. You got to let that live. Kevin would say you got to lean into it.
I know,
but like,
and
so,
I want
something I learned, if you don't mind, I've been hanging on to
this.
Yeah. Oh, we should catch up on these.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, that's okay. The Connor's got to go to bed. Love you too. We'll talk again soon. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, you guys catch up on that. I got to pee.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Sorry, people. I have to pee.
It's me says the superhero that helped me a lot was Jordan Peterson. Kevin, you're a big Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I love Jordan Peterson.
I've kind of gotten into a lot of Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Brene Brown's another one I would recommend to both of y'all. Yeah, absolutely. My mom said, in order to get out, we have to go within. That is
completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, when you were talking about time, like the essence of time, if you think about like just what time, like just time, I technically have died and been reborn. Every second.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you live that way, man, it's like that's super, like, I don't even want to say prophetic, but it's like the fairy tale version of it. But it is what it is, man. And I wholeheartedly believe that.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
That's the reactions. Oh, okay. So I see you sent the tip and you said appreciate it. I get it. I see. Or yeah, I get it. But he's still hanging out. I appreciate you being here, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't think today's the time for my story. Dave and Kevin got something going on here. I'll tell my story another time.
I'm just being. Oh, you said
Kevin's just doing it. Yeah.
Seriously. You're on it.
What? Oh, just being. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't like. I said it, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god. It's me says juggling chainsaws. It's easier than juggling other people's happiness. Man, I got like. I'm gonna keep saying that. I got so tired of trying to make people happy, trying to find my happiness in other people by making them happy. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I think that we make y'all happy doing the requests when we do them.
I like to think so.
Should we do a video while Dave's not here?
Probably.
Okay. What are we doing here?
Who hit it first?
There's a couple up here. Actually, I didn't see any links that showed up, so
I didn't see any links either.
Yeah. I don't know where they sent them. My phone's doing the filming, so if y'all sent it to me on the phone. That was a game. It's very short. Just one of by who again?
What was the game?
What was the game? Let's just look it up. Bear with me, friends. Love is a game. Who sings it? So it's an Adele song?
Oh, Adele.
Are we listening to an Adele song? No, I think it was this person. It was a different name. Angelina Jordan. Is that the same one? Oh, look at that. It's an Adele cover.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, look at Nick did it. We should react to Nick doing it.
Oh, nice.
So that's a fan edit. Love is a game. So this is This must be it then. Right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay. Let me just make sure this works. We're gonna do this.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, Angelina Jordan. So okay, we got this. So it's gonna. I'm still working this out. It's gonna downsize Kevin and I, but we're gonna try to figure this out. So bear with me here. That's fine. That's fine,
That'll
right?
work.
Okay. Okay, dope. That is so cool.
All your expectations of my love are impossible. Surely you know.
I'm always impressed when people can sing like what feels like naturally way low in their register and have so much resonance still.
Oh yeah.
I just don't get it.
It's like really low in the diaphragm.
Yeah.
Like really low.
Yeah. And like I was explaining to Nick, like I have a very like a blended voice, like in my top chest, but to get that low, like I can't even imagine how to get there.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I mean, like I'm not like a good vocalist. You know what I mean? Like I can sing, but I'm not a good vocalist.
I got you.
I'm not trained.
I got you.
I can sing, and that's about it.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm not easy to hold.
Yeah. See that like support there, that like she can just hang on to that note.
Yeah.
With nothing.
Yeah.
Like that note is held on effortlessly, and that's just her diaphragm being
just
badass.
Just having a badass diaphragm.
We could actually probably bring on girl I went to school with who's the Prophet University for vocal.
Oh really?
Voice, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, she's so hilarious too. So
good.
She'd be dope.
Okay, I'm in for that.
I'll get her on here.
So say how incapable of learning to grow I am.
Yeah, man, that voice is like
the texture
glass
to
of
it.
Scotch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's just
it's got like the sizzle.
Yeah,
it's got the warmth.
There's texture.
It's got so much like body to it. Yeah.
Man,
this is good. I've never heard this song before. I don't think so. This is gonna set the bar really high for me.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, she's got a very very rich voice that I'm appreciating. I'm getting lost in.
My eyes speak in puzzles and codes. I've been trying my whole life.
Did you see that comment? She's only 16.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Back to me feeling bad about my life.
That's a woman's voice. That's not a 16-year-old. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a fully developed vocalist. Sounds like
that's phenomenal. Well, no, her voice is only gonna get better.
Yeah, like I know. That's what I'm saying.
Her voice is only gonna get better. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is a TikTok, really?
That's a long ass TikTok.
They do
3 minutes now, yeah.
And they were going to 5 or 10, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the TikTok kind of guy.
Now.
God only knows how I've cried. I can't take another beat.
Get Dave to catch you up.
Yeah, what are we doing?
This is a request we got sent in. Angelina Jordan singing "Love Is a Game" by Adele. She's 16, man. Are you ready for like the nicest glass of scotch you're about to listen to?
That's why you guys are over here talking about 16-year-olds.
Yeah, nothing out of the singer world in that one. Listen to this.
I can't take another beat.
Fuck, she's a good singer.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
ridiculous.
Delightful...
Where do we get this from?
We got it sent to us in the in our comments here.
Is she watching or is she?
No, just a request.
Sent it. Oh yeah.
Our friend It's Me here sent it.
Oh okay. Yeah. No, she's great.
Yeah.
I like 2 seconds. It's like, fuck, she can sing.
Like what a crazy voice.
Isn't that nuts?
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine recording someone like this?
Oh yeah.
Like I've never worked with somebody that good. I worked with some good vocalists, but that good?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. I'd be worried about not doing it justice.
I'd have the best mic and I would put it decently far away from her.
What mic would you use on her?
U47.
Would you? I would do 2. I would not 2 U47s.
Just not far, but it's like yay.
No, see, I would do above her and I would do a mic right at lip level.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd want to get that breathy sound.
Yeah, even something like
you
this.
can still get it off of that.
I know, but it would get too much. Well, it depends on your room, I guess.
I'm just saying, I'm going straight Sinatra. like that Sinatra's mic.
Yeah.
So
I'd
like
put her
leaning
in
away
Capitol
from
Records.
up here.
I'd make it in a
cigarette.
Sinatra room. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Get
I
all
see
that
what you're
shit.
saying.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, but that'd be a lot of after processing to make it sound really nice,
No.
wouldn't it?
No,
In
not,
today's
not too
world?
No, you
bad. I
get
know
a,
what you're saying now.
big
Yeah.
fat tube comp on there. Done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
It's as good as you need it to ever sound.
Okay.
Ending of me. Now that I see the love is again for
Man.
And like that soft like head voice in there too.
Oh yeah.
What is
so
this?
good.
Who like okay, this is my problem, and this is a personal problem. I don't know how there's all these superstars out here, and
Okay.
I've never heard of them.
Oh man,
Well,
there's
I don't
so
get
many,
it.
so many like talented people like that, and like now you can catch them on the internet, right? You just
they're
you may
everywhere.
not have seen them before, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
awesome.
nuts.
But I mean, like the only thing that's kind of sad is you won't catch everyone. You know,
no, you can't,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
There's
so
too many
good, though.
people out there,
Mhm.
so
man, she's great.
Yeah, this is nuts. Okay, hold on. Because I'm assuming unless she took the time to record this and then sing it over for her phone, I'm assuming she sang this into her phone too.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
this
say
is
it
coming
sounds
through
like a
a phone,
phone. It
Yeah,
sounds like
it's
a
coming
phone
through a phone.
recording.
That's why
Definitely.
I'm saying like a U47, decently far away, tube comped, done.
Mm.
Because her voice is good enough.
Yeah.
You
Huh.
don't have to fuck with it at all.
Huh. I'm just trying to think about like how much is not translating because it's through a phone.
I'm just saying she's good enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's good
it's
enough that a
coming
phone
through
is
though.
making it
Oh, yeah,
It's
amazing.
coming through.
absolutely.
That's the thing. Like you
I'm-
can
yeah.
get it
You're
already,
hearing
right?
richness where
Yeah.
you shouldn't hear richness.
Yeah,
I mean, a
that-
phone doesn't have the ability to capture rich
Yeah.
vocal tone.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
it's doing great.
Yeah.
to play, and I'm fooling. What a cruel thing to self-inflict their pain. Love is a game for fools to play.
And like
Mm.
The musicality.
I'm at a
is
loss,
top
yeah.
notch, man.
Like it sounds like she's almost like out of breath, but it just never ends.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's
a
yeah,
texture
it's a
thing.
stylistic
Yeah,
thing.
it's a stylistic thing. Yeah. Huh.
It's very much
Huh.
like I hate to try and push this over towards other instruments, but like she's playing it kind of like a really good trumpet solo
Yep.
in jazz, or like a really good blues solo.
No,
You know what I mean, like
I-
you can hear it. You can hear. If you ever heard like Derek Trucks play slide guitar,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah,
where it has this
yeah.
like
Soul.
there's just
It's
so much
breathing.
Yeah.
rich soul and movement and
And storytelling. I've been saying lots lately.
yeah.
Yeah. I had someone
Yeah.
to like, you don't have to apologize for comparing to a trumpet. I had someone say that every instrument in the world tries to mimic a voice because the voice is the only thing that can
Oh,
actually
100%.
capture verbal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
get that.
but when you find influences that go back and forth, like I read something, I don't know if it's true or not. I read something that said Steven Tyler's mom played saxophone, so that's why he could do all those like those
That makes sense.
octaves because it has
That
the
makes total
octaves.
sense.
Well, that's how
on
they
it.
did all their like even guitar parts. It's all horn section
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, bam, bam, like they're always
makes
doing
dance.
those.
Yeah,
Kinda-
there's a
yeah.
documentary on that I showed
Yeah,
Ken.
yeah.
That's neat. But anyways, back to the singer.
It's a game for fools to play. Oh, and I'm fooling. What a cruel thing to self-inflict their pain.
I mean, even as like a phone like this, like, it's not bad. Like you can hear the room in there and
Mhm.
stuff. But I mean, it's like
It's impressively good.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
this girl's good.
I have this
Keep
theory-
going.
I have this theory of good input equals good output.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't stop. You got talent.
Yeah,
You got
seriously.
lots of talent.
Yeah, seriously.
What a cruel thing to self-inflict their pain.
Even the hum at the end, you know. Dave, I want to show you the beginning of this. Look how low she starts in this.
All your expectations of my love are impossible. Surely you know.
Isn't that nuts?
Oh yeah. Well, like you guys are saying, she sounds much more mature,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Than
that's pretty impressive.
just
Yeah.
like most 16-year-olds don't sound that
That rich.
that developed.
Yeah,
at this,
seriously.
that point, right?
Yeah, seriously. So
Just
Ah,
wait,
nice.
hang on, scroll back down.
what?
So she sang like this when she was 8 too.
Oh
Wow, really? You've been following her music for 6 years. She sang like this when she was 8. Really?
So what is she doing right now?
Oh,
Like,
it just said at the bottom. Go to the very bottom.
does she?
Angela will be fine. She's one of the kids who are already signed.
Oh yeah.
I bet,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
So you're saying we can't pick her up?
Yeah.
We can't sign her. That's
I
right.
guess that's
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. What do we got here? The kids kill me. There's several out there now who are spectacular. She's one of them. Oh yeah.
So this is signed to like a label, or is this signed to like an agency?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess there's a
I know people
difference,
can just make
yeah.
a shitload of money on TikTok nowadays.
Yeah.
Just need a
Well, in the
manager,
States,
basically.
can't in Canada.
Yeah,
Well,
but
and I mean, I
I'm
guess
assuming.
it depends what you want to get signed for too, right? But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, legit. Oh, hey, there's another Kevin in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nick brought him. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
sweet.
Republic Records.
Oh, wow, cool.
okay.
I don't know who that is.
Hey man.
All right, hey, good for them. Good for
Yeah.
her.
As long as she's signed to a
right on.
label.
Yeah, as long as they put her record out, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another one. London Grammar, Wicked game cover. Let's do this. What was it again?
Wicked
London
game
London
cover?
Grammar, you said?
Grammar. Yep. This is a live one.
This is gonna be good.
We're for sure watching a live one.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Okay, this one or this one?
Let's go top one.
Top one? Okay, here we go.
I will.
Oh, 7B2. Nice. Okay, y'all ready?
Mm.
All right, let's do this.
London Grammar. This is our biz session. The first song we're gonna do for you is a cover, originally done by Chris Isaac. It's called Wicked Game.
It sounds like such a strat.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like such a strat. Eh?
Full strat.
It looks like it is.
It looks
so
like one too. It looks like a
makes
strat.
sense,
Sounds
yeah.
like a strat. It is their strat. I just wanted to point that out.
The world was on fire and no one can save me but you.
Wow.
Strange what desire can make foolish people do.
I wonder if it's an analog reverb because I think the vocal reverb and the guitar reverb are the same. I wonder if it's post-production.
Really?
Yep. Listen to it. It's like the exact same body.
Make foolish people do. And I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you.
I just think like the room sounds matched.
Hmm.
And the room doesn't make any noise because you're using 7Bs, but the room sounds matched. That's just my opinion.
Like that verb sounds like a precastity. Like
On her?
Yeah, listen to it.
Somebody like you.
Yeah, that sounds like a precastity.
You can hear the like little bit of delay on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There's this like high end kind of sizzle thing that happens in those precastity M7s. They're just it's a digital verb, but you can make it be a room or whatever you
Yeah.
want it to do.
That's
But
like
it's
this Slate did
yeah,
that.
Slate's
didn't it?
Slate's is a
yeah,
very
yeah.
similar one. to that.
All I'm saying is I think it's in post. I don't think like the guitar probably has a reverb on it, but I think that they're mixing it in post because I
Well,
think it's a matched reverb.
What I was gonna say is I wonder if it's all like what we're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's
it
just
could
digital post.
just be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
it could be
digital hit.
running live. They've just got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, like,
I see what you're saying.
He's got the plug
That's
in,
how I
right?
would do this. If somebody was going to ask me to like, oh, I'm going to record something live, I would output straight from something that I could do all my
Yeah.
um,
So yeah, so you can be running like even through this UA rig. You could
That's
you
exactly
throw
what
it
I would
on
do.
there and you could be running it live,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
it would
Yep.
yeah, you can match it up.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about though. It sounds the
Yeah.
exact same. Sounds
oh yeah,
perfect.
well,
Sounds
and they
perfect.
might be the exact same.
Yep.
But I think they would probably. I could be wrong.
I mean, it
that's how I would run
it sounds like it's heavier and more. There's more of a delay on her. I mean, it could be a mix of reverb and delay,
Mhm.
but it sounds like there's the guitar doesn't sound as it doesn't have that
sharpness.
well almost that like delayed room
Mm.
Yeah.
slap
Doesn't have
back
like the
to it.
feedback of it. Yeah.
that hers
Delay
like her
kind of thing.
vocal does because you can hear it right like
Oh,
every,
yeah.
every word she says you can almost hear that little you
the
know
carry through of it.
it not just a reverb but almost like a delay of a,
Yep.
a bounce back to it
Yep.
right
I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
I guess there's a bit of a delay on the guitar.
What's that?
A bit of a delay on the guitar.
I think yeah.
I mean, it's similar enough.
I like it. Could be the same reverb, but like you guys said, if they did it in post on a digital system, it could be the same unit, just set up differently for two different instruments. You know what I mean? I just thought it was interesting that they were so similar sounding.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because it sounds like they're in a big giant room.
Well, obviously they're trying to make it sound cohesive, right?
Of course.
Like everybody's together, right? It wouldn't make sense to make, the guitar bone dry and the vocal to be all,
Of course.
How old is this?
2016, 7 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, where are they doing this? Is this England?
I don't know. The Sun.
Yeah.
The Calgary Sun.
The Calgary Sun would be hilarious.
It's not that.
I'm always curious about TV because TV is just like such a weird approach to music. So many, like in so many places.
Yeah.
Like we watched that one in Japan and it just sounded
sounded
like
a
Japan,
Japanese
you know what I mean?
broadcast. Yeah.
This sounds
We
good.
should probably watch a Bruno video.
It sounds quite good,
some.
but I'd be curious to see where they were performing and what 2016. I don't know what she would be using for technology, to be honest with you.
I honestly don't know either.
Well, I mean, it's like 2016, like that. I would have been running my studio then. I had the Slate stuff with the Bricasti.
Back then,
yeah,
2016. That's 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
We're gonna scoot over a little.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, man, I've been that studio's been closed. I've been divorced for 4 years, and I was running it for however many years before that. So yeah, 2016 would have been about right. I was probably running projects then.
Time's a wild time.
Yeah, and I had the whole Slate package. Yeah. That was around.
All right, well, fair enough.
That was easily accessible then.
Okay.
Even, yeah.
I don't want to fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love.
Same thing, man. There's so much bottom.
You know what? I was gonna say though. One thing I noticed, I've noticed a lot of singers almost do the opposite. You can tell like she's got a British accent when she sings, which a lot of times you hear vocalists
They try to kill it. Yeah.
They try to kill it, right? They
Yeah.
mask that, but you can still hear the fact that it's like her accent is still coming through. It's not like trying to go
not
full
trying to hide it.
Americanized, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Be yourself, man. Be yourself.
Yeah.
With you.
Nice.
The switch to the pick added a lot of texture to
I like that.
I would say now I can. Yeah, actually now I can hear the guitar sounds more.
Yeah, more
You
like
see what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Now.
Basically, like I'm trying to think of like if I was sitting at a console mixing this, like how would I
How would you
recreate
approach it?
That's what I'm kind of like. It's not even how I would approach it. It's like what are they doing and how is it happening? And it's like when the odd time when it's like it sounded like his nail hit the string. It's like that had the same bright top end.
Well, I mean, they're probably using the same reverb,
Yeah,
unit,
exactly.
and then just turning up a certain amount on each
attenuator.
See,
Yeah.
the thing for me is like I never can think of like how I would do this live. I always think like, oh, if I was recording this in, this is what I would do.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Like I can't think like, oh, I'd have this console or digital or reverb units or any of that.
I know
It's
it's
like,
been so long since I've done live sound that it's all like
it's like
how would I do this?
Just for a second, our friend It's Me has to go. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the requests, man. These were beautiful. I appreciate you hanging out. And it looks like that Sing Reactions brought a few friends here. So
right on. Well, thanks to everybody for coming out here. This is the first time I've done anything like this ever live.
Yeah,
so
of
this is cool.
Yeah, no problem. This smokehouse person, I might just make you wait just for fun, just because that's how I am. That's just how I do things around here. So.
What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you.
So it's like so effortless between like
Yeah.
that low, like that, what did you say? That diaphragm singing
Yeah.
to like that like head voice.
She's
and
got a really smooth
yeah.
voice. Like,
Yeah.
really smooth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was expecting more of like a tonal difference between the low to the high, but like from like the projection of it, it was like the exact same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a loss in like resonance or sustain or like any of that. Like that was that. She's very talented.
Yeah, it's dope.
To make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. To make me feel this way. No, don't wanna fall in love.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the falsetto.
Yeah,
too.
and from to toast to the falsetto, she did it with a really closed embouchure, which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she would have had a
right.
very like forward in her mouth, like her tongue position, and like to keep her mouth that shut without smiling really hard or trying to open up her jaw, that would have been really hard to do.
Mm.
She's probably got a crazy range.
Mm.
Yeah, a little bel canto for you. But like very impressive, very impressive.
Hello, don't wanna fall in love with you. With you.
Nice. That room on her voice sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Sounds really
The
nice.
whole thing is captured
yeah.
very well.
Yep. I think that's the correct microphone for this situation too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can we applaud an SM7B?
Yeah.
Oh, they're great
Yeah.
mics.
They're like so good.
Oh yeah,
Like just so good.
they are
Yeah.
a nice mic.
I liked how
for
it like
sure.
slapped, like it just came in and just like it was like very present, you know, because she did a good job of having like she didn't have to like ease into it, and she had good mic technique, you know, like she never once struggled with it. She played with it a little bit once.
Well, I mean, with 7B, there's no reason to ever.
Yeah.
yeah, but
You
you know,
know,
you
just
gotta worry
never
about
move
much.
back on it. Just hit the thing right at the front. Doesn't matter what you're doing.
yeah,
to
but
it,
like if you didn't know that, if you were like just a singer, like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she didn't have ears in, so it's not like she was really listening to how close she was or anything, right?
No.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That was
Very
really
nice.
cool. Yeah.
My only problem with that whole thing was there was a Strat involved, but that's
Yeah.
Could have done all that with a telly.
We're a telly family. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
My problem is just wasn't all heavied up like the hymn version, you know. So
Fair point. Fair point, bro.
Let's see here. We got
she's
another
a
one.
better singer, so it would have been really cool.
Yeah. That, so like you said, you like that falsetto stuff. Is that like what you want in your music?
Sometimes.
Because I got quite the falsetto too.
Do you?
know? I don't
Oh,
want to toot my own horn, but I do like singing all high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do another one. Hannah from London. Oh, they're saying that's her voice. I thought that was a song. Okay. Dave doesn't have Instagram, do you?
Oh well.
See,
no, not
you told
yet.
me a week and a half ago you're going to make an Instagram, and now we have a request for Instagram.
Actually, what you told me that I should make an Instagram a
Yep.
week and a half ago. I just haven't done anything with
Yeah.
it.
That's okay.
Oh, that's people are interested. Oh, thank you, people.
That's okay.
That's nice.
Kev,
I have to do something social media sometime. I have
Yes, you
nothing.
should.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
what do you guys want to check out? Is there anything that we should show Dave?
I mean, the thing that I've been rocking more than anything right now is the new Muse track.
Oh yeah, I sent that to him.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It's
really
a good
like it.
track.
yeah, it's
I
cool.
really
I'm trying to
like
think of
it.
something off our channel here that we could show. That'd be fun.
I mean,
Any
I'm
of the
always
bass
down for
band.
some Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh yeah, you want to watch some Anderson .Paak?
Whatever, man.
Okay, which one, Kev? Do
I
you
was
want to do
thinking
like a
Bubbly.
subsonic one? Okay, bubbling. Live?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Which one do you want?
Ooh, that looks good.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
this is
let's
so
do
much
that.
fun. Okay, Anderson .Paak is my like big time man crush.
singing into.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. Okay.
Singing into a
We'll do
KU-44.
a Pharrell for Nick after this.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
can just do that.
No, it's okay. We'll get through it. We'll get
All
through it. And we got to do a Beyonce one, and I can't stay here all night because my girlfriend's at home. Who said the Beehive? Where's the Hive? Cal, pick me a song, preferably a live one, and we'll do it after Nick's. Oh, okay. Well, then we're just gonna hang out.
No, you guys. No, I just gotta go over to the fridge.
Hey, we're
Okay.
showing you Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, we're showing you.
Oh,
a
you're
video.
showing me.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We're showing you a
Yeah,
video.
you're gonna wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna show the
Okay.
respect.
All right.
Check out that
'Cause look at
K44.
this.
Singing into a ribbon mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, this is at a radio
Get
station.
ready.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Look at the sunglasses on both of them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna do the song I got a Grammy for. It's called Bubbling. Y'all gotta get up out your seats on this one. I'm sorry. Just get the hell up out the seat.
Get up, Jesse. Get up. There you go.
My mic cord isn't long enough, Dave.
Hey, turn up, look, turn up, hey, turn up, hey, wait, turn up, hey, turn up, hey, turn up. Free Nationals already? 1, 2, 3, hey. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash coming in. Come get
I
your
like those
man,
sunglasses.
nigga
I know, right?
bugging me.
Those are
See-
badass.
see,
Look at those things.
I know.
I will one day own sunglasses like that. And I don't have
there you
this.
go.
Did you know that? I'm not speaking in facts here, but I think Anderson Paak's either my age or a year younger than me.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was Dre's distribution guy,
Mm.
and now he's drumming. He's got a Vegas residency with Bruno Mars right now.
He has his own festival.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got his own
wow.
3-day festival. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck, I
and they
love a
call him
festival.
Andrew
I know.
Paak. Anyways,
Just leave the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. These niggas mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying. How that popping and shaking. Got me hot as a laser, my posse deep in irate. We at the proof of the paper, had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches get so for baby. Put the bread on the bitch, bitch you bet on the bacon. Take it flat in the blanket, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out.
so what's that keyboard playing? Because I think I thought it was doing the boom boom boom.
Oh, he's doing all the.
That's- Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that was
shit.
happening, but
Yeah.
it looks like he's playing more than that, though, doesn't it?
Well, he might be, but he's definitely hitting all that higher
The like
the
strings
shit that
kinda
fills
stuff.
everything in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it sound like it's like more exciting.
To be
yeah.
honest, I was distracted listening to the guitar player. He's doing that.
I
I didn't even
was
hear it.
listening to the keys on that because
Okay.
he's doing all the.
Yeah,
It's
that's fair.
it's all the like the almost all the shots
Shots?
going on.
Yeah, I gotcha.
El Camino on Dayton's, bitches get so for baby. Put the bread on the bitch, bitch you bet on the bacon. Take it flat in the blanket, I might just roll out today. I might just roll out today. Just get back to my old ways. Cop a room full of Asian hoes and to blow all day. Whoa, look at me, baby. Whoa, look at me, baby. Don't I look like a
Did you hear that line he said? I've never heard that before. Just listen to what he says.
So I'm listening to
Like
the
just roll
keyboard player play. I'm listening to all that.
Dave's gonna write a song.
Oh,
After this.
I like those the synth parts.
and
Yeah,
his
production
his
stuff,
shades
eh?
too, right?
yeah.
Oh man, I got the same headphones as Andy right here.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Andy's got. Oh no, he's
Are
got
they?
nicer
No.
pieces of shit than mine. Yeah, they're AKGs though.
back to Vegas, get back to my old ways. Cop a room full of Asian hoes and to blow all day. Whoa, look at me, baby. Whoa, look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather drown in Mini Hendrix, rather kiss on my Mary. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take your mama to the Marriott and wear it out.
I've watched this way too
I was
many
gonna
times.
say, yeah.
Oh my god,
This
I'm
is my
just getting into
first
this.
time seeing this. You're singing along.
I
Fuck.
know all the shots and everything, but like,
It's
just
such
like,
a disrespectful statement.
what's that? Oh,
Take your mama to the hotel and wear her out.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty disrespectful coming from them Gucci frames. Come on.
John and Mini Hendrix, rather kiss on my Mary. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take your mama to the Marriott and wear it out. Took me so long to get it gone and spread it out. Let them know all about me till I'm dead and gone. Look at you go. Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling. Look, like this. Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling.
I just heard the drummer. I already said the guitar player. The guitar
Guitar
player.
player, yeah, I
I
know.
just heard the guitar
Dude,
player.
he's jamming out.
Yeah, but he's just having it.
He's just doing the whole time.
I mean, he's
sounds-
doing his thing, but like, I mean, I'm not. fucking keyboard player is the one holding
yeah,
that
he's
whole thing
holding
together.
everything together.
He's
Bro,
holding
keyboard
the
player
whole
goes
thing
nuts.
together.
I should
Like-
show you some more of this later. We got some more requests piled up, but I should show you some more because
Yeah.
this keyboard player goes nuts.
No,
man.
he's literally the one keeping that whole thing. I mean, the rest of it's fill in stuff, but like without him there, like this thing sounds empty.
Yeah,
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's a classic, like it's like a hip hop beat mixed with like this kind of like forward kind of like R&B thing that's kind of coming back, and like it's really neat,
You
right?
gotta check out the Free Nationals there.
Yeah, they just performed the other night too.
Look at you go. Look at the cash. Look at the cash. Okay, you bubbling. Yeah. I'm in need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing. Don't have me in the middle. You better do all you can. Get high in the limit. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence of my young bitch. Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, and my old hoe with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slide. She got that. You say you didn't have a husband. I'm a stud, no couple. Jackie Chan, no trouble. Can't clean it with a beat. Blood dripping from the cut though. No Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stunt for. Money, that much. I repeat the times that I was broke. After life and 9/11 folks.
You hear those like that keyboards playing?
Now I'm
playing those,
listening
like,
to the guitar a
violins?
little bit,
Yeah.
but
He's coming up in the mix now.
The guitar player?
Yeah.
I'm getting lost in the
say-
keyboards again.
guitar guy's the one giving you that almost the violin thing actually there out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like a really low string thing happening on the keyboards though. Listen to this.
Yeah, watch his left hand. It drops down to that Nord.
Money, that much. I repeat the times that I was broke. After life and 9/11 folks. Matt Black looking.
But all that's guitar.
Yeah. Isn't he playing a key on top of that though?
Yeah,
I don't-
he's got two
Maybe he
hands
was, but that was
He's got
like
one on top and he's got one.
but
think-
that was the guitar player coming
Yeah.
on that part, man.
Yeah, I know. It
100%,
sounds
yeah.
fucking dope. Like he's so tasty too, and like there's only a couple musicians that I react to that I'm like, okay, they've had a dope progression, and this guitar player is one where it's like I have nothing bad to say about their older stuff. It's just like his new stuff is just like everything is just like yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but now it sounds like it's guitar player's part, and that's the keyboard guy's laying off a little bit, and yeah, cool.
I repeat the times that I was broke. After life and 9/11 folks. Matt Black looking. Dead presents in an envelope. Cooking a canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. I'm running out of time.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
Guitar player just going nuts, eh?
right.
You hear that?
But like, that was
Shred.
him that whole for that
Yeah.
last
I know,
section.
no,
That's
he's been doing
pretty
the whole
much him.
song.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I just noticed it though.
I know.
Like,
That's why I was like, man, I'm jamming out to him.
Yeah.
I heard him rocking away. It was just so little in the mix.
yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my God, Cal, thank you so much for the tip.
Thanks, dude.
What are we doing? Formation tour opening
play.
link? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do that. Okay, hang tight.
Waiting for the
You gotta watch
antidote.
Andy go push
Running
the
out of time. I'm running out of time. Running
Everybody go crazy! Everybody go crazy!
chicken shit hoe to make up a
So let's just talk about.
He was just getting going.
Yeah, I know, but like, can we just talk about like how delightful and delicious all those fills were when he just came
Yeah.
over to that?
Oh, it was very yeah.
and not to
very
mention he's
tasty.
playing ride and hi hat back and
Mhm.
forth in between all those
Yeah,
beats. Like
yeah.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, he's
And he
really
sings
good
with Bruno Mars too.
at, super good at conveying energy.
Yeah.
Super good at that.
And my new favorite thing, and if I ever play in a band again, it will have a percussion player. For
Yeah,
sure,
right.
it'll have a percussion player because like it adds so much, man. It adds so much.
Go crazy!
chicken shit hoe to magnificent fur. Shopping bags at the Grove. MC him on the coat. Had to clean up the nose. Had to dream of some goals. Now she's swimming up in the business is privately owned. I was walking down the stairs. She put up in the six. She said, hop in this whip. I said, bitch, you the feds. She said, baby, don't trip. Then she
Hear him adding in those too.
Oh, I mean,
So
that
he-
was pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
he's
Yeah.
pretty talented, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been hooked. Hooked. You guys were listening to this at the shop the other day when I
Oh,
walked
yeah.
in. Yep.
She said, hop in the whip. I said, bitch, you the feds. She said, baby, don't trip. Then she roll me a split. Show me pics of the kids. Then she slip me some bread. Cause you got good loving. So if you need something, don't be ashamed. Cause I got big money,
Nice.
so gonna spend.
So that what that was is he just plays the one note and then the wah pedal does the wow 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 wow. That's what it was going on there. That's why you don't see his hand moving, but the sound changes.
Be ashamed. Cause I got big money, so gonna spend something. I said, okay, let's go.
All I need good love. Hey, all it make it be.
Y'all ready?
I wish there was more guitar in this mix, man. Buddy's going nuts.
I know.
Buddy's going nuts right now.
It's,
It's not a
it's pretty,
Strat.
yeah, it's pretty quiet, but yeah.
It's a telly. It's not a Strat, and I want to hear it.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh man,
That's so good.
oh, it's so much fun. So much
He
fun,
just makes me so happy.
right? Yeah. Okay, what are we looking for here? I think it was removed. If you do the formation tour affiliate, it was posted by the Mavericks. It's like 10 minutes long. Shit, I gotta leave. I was supposed to leave in 3 minutes, but
Okay, well, let's do one.
Okay, well, we're gonna do for sure this one. React to the formation tour opening. Okay, let me find this.
You look
one.
it up.
Blow.
Throw some water, pop, or something into this rum.
Formation tour.
Opening, right?
Yeah, that's on a camera.
Is that the one where she walks in?
The opening should be, yeah. It'd be
Oh
like-
no, this is a different tour.
I'm just trying to find formation tour.
I think this is it.
Yeah. Pre-show opening formation special guest. Let me just ask if this one's okay. The Philly one?
Okay.
Foundation tour. I don't know what one this one is.
Did he?
Philly.
Get the, yeah, there we go.
Okay, well, it's going to be off a phone, it looks like, but we can watch it. Make sure it sounds okay. No,
Definitely not.
no. What song is it? And skip to 3. Yeah, so we can do like 6 minutes. That's okay. 3:47. I think it's gonna be this one. 3:47. Okay, ready?
Yep.
So before we get into this, one of the things I was saying that's cool. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm screen sharing. I'm not screen sharing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Good thing I double checked, right?
Ooh.
Yeah,
my
okay.
goodness.
So one of the things that I appreciate about Beyonce is she's giving a video technician a really cool job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
She's providing jobs.
No,
for
because like think about it,
Beyonce.
man. Like how often as an audio engineer or as a technician of anything where you're like, man, I learned this really cool thing and no one will let me do it.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
now it's like this video technician has 100-foot fucking wall to work
Oh,
with.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's like the lighting guy has so much fucking haze and smoke and shit
Mhm.
to use. It's just like it's cool, man. It's like you're
Yeah.
letting people do their job. And I appreciate that. Coming from
There
like
you
a
go.
background thing, I appreciate the shit out of that.
In today's economy, we need to provide as many jobs as
Well,
possible.
honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed. Wow.
So I see one, and there's one behind it, unless that's a subsystem. 1, 2,
Oh, line arrays?
3, 4, and then there'll be 5, 6. There's probably delay stack 7,
Mhm.
8. I couldn't imagine.
This is just such a scale that
couldn't
I don't
imagine.
Well, it's a
understand.
big.
It's a football
show.
stadium. This is a football stadium.
The science of getting this to sound half decent scares the shit out
Scares
Oh,
of
the
just
shit out of me.
like setting the millisecond rating on the
Yeah.
delays. Yeah.
God.
Oh, dude, it's nuts. It is nuts. And like those delay stacks, man, it's so weird. Like I think there's digital ones now where you just have like one of those like analyzer microphones, and it just like tells
Yeah,
you.
it's supposed to
Well,
just
I mean,
do it.
at the end of the day, it's math, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
how
but
long does this sound wave take to move
Back in
from
the
this
day,
point
they
to
actually
this
had
one.
to do the math. That's the wildest
Well, that's
part.
yeah. No,
It's
they
like,
did.
oh.
They had to figure it out. And
Now it's
figure
like
out what millisecond
Which is-
rating, and then they could set it to that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like the only time I ever used delay stacks was at public address stuff, and we had a switcher. It was an attenuator, and it was like milliseconds, and you just sat there until it was like, oh, it doesn't sound weird anymore.
Yeah.
It's more of a like it doesn't feel weird anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you get to that place where you're like, oh man, my soul feels
Yeah.
weird.
Well, and
seriously.
that's all it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Just getting the timing right on it.
Yep. Anyhow,
Let's do it.
so look at all the haze, man. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
outdoors.
That's
That is
outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
Outdoors in the stadium.
The lighting director is having a fucking heyday right now,
Yeah.
man.
Haze
Like,
day.
fuck yeah, a haze day.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Wow.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Prove to me you got some coordination. Slave trick, are you getting eliminated?
Wow.
What's cool is they use both ice, haze, and fog as ways to drive the silhouettes.
Yeah.
And she chooses it, and she tells them where she wants the smoke machines to be. She tells them how much she wants to come out. And what's cool is back to the thought about being a lighting director and a stage manager and stuff. She's letting people do really, really cool jobs at a really high tier. And she appreciates it, and I guarantee you she appreciates it. And she wouldn't ask people to do things that weren't unruly, but she's letting them do really cool things. And I appreciate
this a
the fuck
cube?
out of that.
Is this
Looks
like a video cube?
Well, it looks like. I mean, maybe
It's probably flat.
I was gonna say it's probably not the whole side, but there's probably like sides.
Yeah.
3 sides
If
to
it
the
projects
thing,
out.
right?
Well,
It
I'm just
might
wondering.
lift.
I'm just wondering if it's like if it is projecting on the sides too, because like this is such a wide thing.
That's
I
what.
mean,
Yeah. So the people on this side,
which
and
so
that
that's
that's
side,
three
three
walls, yeah.
That's like 3 times. As
See,
cool.
and that's what I'm saying. Like some video director is having a fucking heyday.
Yeah.
Like, because when would you ever get to do this if
Yeah.
not with Beyonce?
On this beat, I know you came here crazy. Y'all know that girl is crazy. Give them hoes what they came to see. Baby, when I tell you, I'm like my popular the name.
Oh yeah. That answers my question.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
You can see
it's
it.
It's
definitely
a
the sides.
spinning cube.
Oh, it's a spinning cube.
Let's just talk about how insane that is.
So
It's
when-
not just
Is it
a
actually
screen.
spinning?
Yes.
Is it actually spinning?
It's
hold tight,
actually
hold
spinning.
tight.
Oh yeah, it is too. Yeah.
Look at that shit.
What?
Now let's talk about what the fuck that would take.
So, okay, when I worked on Cirque du Soleil, we had a moving stage, and it took 3 days to build the moving stage part.
Yes.
And, and it took almost 100 people underneath the stage to push that motherfucker so it would move.
Like I don't know if.
This has to be automated
Oh, probably. I mean,
because it's all got to be in sync with the show.
yeah, you just you
There's no in sync to spinning though. It's a different movement than for like.
No, guaranteed. This is Beyonce.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The,
Nothing
the
against
video,
Cirque du Soleil,
the video
but-
It's a
itself,
motorized.
the video itself
unit
is
under
fine.
there.
The motorized unit might be fine. That's fine, but I don't like it's not like it's gonna shift to the beat. It's just
I'm
gonna
just saying.
No,
it-
it's just
it
that
was
it's-
stationary.
Yeah.
and it moved, and I'm assuming that's going to happen in time with the show.
I'm just
And
trying
I
to
mean-
think about what's above it because you can't have an axle on a video wall. You have to
I
have
know!
motors. You
That's
have
what
to
I'm
have
saying.
motors.
Let's talk about what the fuck is going on here.
But I mean, like, I don't know what is this video wall or is this like projectors behind this?
No, it's a video wall.
No, it's got to be.
It's a 4-sided 60-foot rotating cube. Jesus fucking Christ.
Mm.
Jesus fucking
Mm.
Christ. And I'm sorry for anyone who saying the name in vain. I get it. But this is nuts.
I'm
this
not
is nuts.
sorry for anything, Jesse. Just anyone's God that Jesse just diminished
Yeah,
here.
This
yeah.
that is nuts. That is nuts. I'm like, because again, you have to have something that helps hold it upright because a video wall, like pixels are only, they're very thin. They're very, very thin. And the problem is like, that is not one wall that slaps up. That is a
It'd be
million,
multiple,
like,
it'd be
it's
multiple
like
screens.
4x4 screens, bro. They're
Yeah,
not that
yeah.
big.
No.
They're
I
not
know
that big.
exactly how this went to get like.
Oh, I'm not explaining for you. I'm explaining for everyone else.
Oh, sorry.
I know you know.
No, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it now. Okay, so but realistically, like this thing is just built on it's just built on a rotating
Must be.
Stage.
unit, right?
But I'm
Like,
still
it's-
curious how they-
Yeah, imagine a big circular stage that this thing is just sitting on, and then it's this wall that's built on top of that with trussing inside and whatever, and it's fucking.
But what holds
there's-
it
there's a-
upright though?
I bet you there's
trussing.
fucking truss, man.
Has to be trussing.
Yeah,
Like
but the
up-
trussing has to be affixed to something.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
on
The
the
whole,
floor.
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. This whole thing is like thousands of pounds.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like it just imagine like a big like it's turning.
I know.
So there's it's going to be like this big. I mean, there even could be pneumatic wheels underneath of
must
this.
be.
I
thing.
understand that,
Right?
but
Like,
I'm thinking
just
on
it's an
top of
engine
this,
turning it,
there is
you know?
1,000-pound motors, there's 1,000-pound hoists holding that video screen up. How do those move? There's probably
Those?
10 of them.
Well, it's all. I think it's all sitting on the same platform.
yeah, it must be all.
So then it's
Like,
just self-sufficient.
It's one.
Yeah, it
It's
must be
one massive
self-contained.
platform. If I was going to build one of these, it would be one massive platform. You'd have trusses going up the sides. You'd have your video screens on there. Everything's wired together inside, of course. But the whole thing will just turn around.
The video screen is just so
and
heavy.
it's, you know what I mean? Like I mean, yeah, it's going to be heavy, but at the same time, it's if it's a big.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like
it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
a big production.
It's
but
phenomenal.
I can see how you would build this. I think.
I
in
just
my
like
mind.
just logistically building. I've never built anything like this, but building things that have moved and building things on
Mhm.
big stages. It just logistically, I do not understand how they would have
And you're
done
doing
this.
it outside.
And
That's
you're
a
doing it
whole
outside.
nother. That's a whole nother bag of cats. You know what
I
I mean?
mean,
Like
it-
it's just not.
I've never seen a video wall that was self-sufficient.
Like
It's
to-
always got to be supported top and bottom and middle. I've never seen one that's self-sufficient.
I could see that doesn't like to me. It's more and I just had to think through how they would run power to this thing. But I mean, I guess
It
if
loops, it jumps.
if it's under I like main power though.
Oh,
Like, if
yeah,
it's
it would come up
underneath.
the middle, yeah.
It's coming up underneath and it's whatever. But if you've got that and you've got a pneumatic or like a motorized unit that's just turning it at a certain pace, right? It's just it's a motor,
Mhm.
right? It's a motor that's just on like a fixed track,
Yeah.
So it can't go anywhere. It just
Yeah.
keeps going
I
around.
gotcha.
and
Basically like a
around,
rotating
right?
garage kind of
I
thing.
gotcha.
Yeah,
I
right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But again, like those
I
are
can
usually
see it.
permanently affixed, right? I
Yeah.
just am saying like
It's freaking me
this
out.
is
Oh,
wild
it's
to put this
impressive. I'm not saying
mobile
it's.
in
Yeah,
the middle.
I'm not
You're
saying
just-
it's not
you're
impressive. I'm
figuring
just saying,
it out.
I like mentally as I'm watching it,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
there's a
about
way
it.
of
I'm
doing it.
thinking, how would I build this? And if it were me and I had no other idea of how to build it, like I can see in my mind how I would go about doing it.
There it
which-
is, four side 60-foot rotating cube.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And look at this. It was pouring rain.
God,
Mm.
think about that.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yep.
Okay, let's play this.
Oh, yes, you must have believed it. I always play. You know I don't play.
Welcome to the formation tour. If you came to slay tonight, say I slay. If you slay today in the rain, any day, all day, say I slay.
In the rain. Yeah, see, she even talked about it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, it's probably pouring.
she's like, "Fuck, I don't want to be in the rain tonight."
Nah, she's
That's
good.
Badass.
Beyonce's got that look in her eye just like you. I feel like Beyonce would cut somebody. I feel like you would cut somebody. I feel like Beyonce would cut somebody. It's the same
there
look
you
in her
go.
eye as you had earlier.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know exactly who you are and where you come from. Say I slay. If you are proud of who you are and where you come from, say I slay. I slay. I slay. Look at the so reckless when I rock my Givenchy dress. So complex, so I rock this rock necklaces. Petty Alabama, Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make the Texas banner.
The lyric there was Texas Bama, by the way.
Oh,
Dope.
I want it tattooed on my shoulders. I love that. It's my favorite lyric there was ever written. Texas Bama.
Texas Bama.
Negro with that Creole, make the Texas banner.
Live band too. So did it unfold then?
I don't know.
Or is that how wide that motherfucker
That's how wide
is?
it was. No,
Really?
it looks like a rectangle more than a cube. Because like the other sides were smaller. Like this side's wider.
Yeah, I got you.
And as you could see it as it was like turning around.
Interesting. It's man, this is nuts.
Oh, it's huge, right? Yeah. It's a massive structure.
You know what's crazy? I just realized this was a world tour.
Mm-hmm.
So she brought this with her, or
everywhere.
She booked this in the future with her.
That's stupid.
I mean, it was probably like 3 or 4 semi trucks just for that thing.
Just for that thing, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The most that I ever saw or heard about was Lil Wayne had like 56 or 57 trucks. And it was like 3 days of setup.
Oh my god!
Like God, man, I couldn't imagine.
Man,
I couldn't imagine.
I will say humans do cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like when it's just like, oh, we got to put our minds to this thing. We're gonna do something.
Every once
like,
in a while, we do. Yeah.
Fucking cool.
We do cool stuff every once in a while. Yep.
I like it.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yes, I like that.
They got like it's hard to hear, but there's a crazy delay going on there right now too. It's like a whole note.
Well, I've on kind of another topic there, like on the whole thing of the screen. It's like this place is so big. If you didn't have that, if you're the guy in the back, you're paying to see nothing.
Yeah.
You are seeing
this
nothing.
Is out of necessity.
It's almost out of necessity. Yeah,
So,
just so you could see her. Like
I'm just thinking about like how articulate I've seen Beyonce is with her performances. Do you think she does that on purpose? She's like, we need big screens, and I need to be cool for everyone in the back.
Yeah,
of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, like
you got to figure out a way of communicating with your audience. For
exactly. Because
Sure.
how do you justify the ticket price if the guys, anybody, 15 rows back that they don't see anything?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. What's nuts is like how independent her voice is of her body's movements.
Well, that was a lot of training. I watched a thing years and years and years and years ago now about what her dad used to make her and the other Destiny's Child girls do. They had to run.
Was incredible.
They ran laps on a track and they had to sing in harmony.
Show,
Oh, that's nuts.
Like they just had to keep running and singing in harmony the whole time, so that way, like they knew that once they got on stage and they're dancing, it's not going to be as bad as like sprinting around a track and trying to sing in full harmony. And they taught them that from the beginning, right?
Yep.
So
that is nuts.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, that is nuts. You can see the run here. Hear that kick drum just going nuts too, because that's a live drummer. It's a real drummer.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That kick drum, man. That is like, it's tough, man. I pretended to be a drummer for a long time. I pretended real hard to be a drummer for a long time, and it's tough to get that like consistently, and like through like this whole thing and in the Rain Man. Like,
well, she can probably afford to pay somebody who's good.
Joy the drummer, if that's who it was.
Guess.
I always just assume it's Joy the drummer. I follow her on Instagram. She's an animal. She's an animal, man. Nuts.
You know you that bitch, you cover this conversation. Always the bitch, that's ridiculous, your paper.
What a production. What a size of a fucking stage, eh? Like
It's a really big shoe.
Yeah,
Really big shoe.
Yeah. The lighting sucks in that one. Yeah, see, so like, I mean, Cal, if you've never seen this before, we're all about like the live stuff and like the equipment they use to make it happen. You know what I mean? So like, it's tough. Like, I appreciate the camera ones. It's just like it's hard for us to lay into like what we know, right? So, but we can do one more for Nick, right?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whatever
Can
you
you
want to do.
can you drive me home?
Yeah, I kind of
Oh,
figured.
okay, sweet.
My dog's at your house.
Oh yeah, your dog is at my house. Okay, I'll post a picture for everyone on here. And did 4 minutes. Yeah, Nick, what's the song called? No, I know better next time. It's in our bangle. That's fine. Nick, what one are we doing? Pharrell and Ledisi. How you feeling, Kevin? You good?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Just shrink it.
What's up?
Yeah. No, you had it.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
That's okay. Hold on. I already forgot who the second artist was. She's wearing green. Okay, I'll find it. And bear with me here.
LEDISI.
She's wearing green. It's probably this one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Nick, if you can see this. Is this one? Is this the one? They're just playing around, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so here for
I'm
just
for
playing around. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
am for it.
Should we start with Dave?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my queen, y'all. It's my girl.
Yeah, that groove right out of the gates.
Yeah,
that bass.
that's
oh,
a
that bass is gonna
deep-ass
eat me
pocket
alive.
right there.
That's
Holy
gonna eat
shit.
me alive right out of the
Yeah.
gates. And I know we're not even here for the bass player. Oh my god.
We're always here for the bass player. Come on now.
Okay, hold tight.
That's a shirt.
Nick.
That's a
Yeah,
shirt
we're always here
right
for the
there.
bass player. That's
Yeah.
right. Nick got me sweating already.
It's my queen, y'all. It's my girl right now.
Yeah, that guitar player getting groovy
Oh,
in
yeah.
there too. Bennett. Oh, drum's playing open hand too. He's got his left hand on the hi-hat. I love that.
Man, that like he's putting his foot through that fucking.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Hey, and thanks for hanging out. You have a great night. I
Yeah.
appreciate you hanging out. I really do. This is our first live, and this has been so much fun.
It really has.
Oh my god, I just forgot that like Rochelle here, she is like, remember she was the one that was going back and forward with all the instruments.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
was singing like the like.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just yeah. Okay. I get it. I get
remember.
it.
This is my song. It's kind of funky. Get out of my kitchen. Bingo, what? Get out of my kitchen. Yeah. Get out of my
So are the two singers gonna go back and forward? Is that what's gonna
Oh,
happen?
yeah, totally.
And what are those guitars called? Pacificos?
No, it's Parker Fly.
Parker Fly. That's
Yeah.
it. So it's got the acoustic pickup in it, right? Is that
I
what those
don't know.
did?
They can.
Yeah.
They're just
That
like
was what they got popular.
real
for.
skinny neck and
Real
was
skinny
like a-
headstock.
Yeah, it was one of those like, hey, let's make a guitar look like a spaceship kind of thing.
You know what though? For funk, it makes a lot of sense. I get it
Sure.
because it looks like a spaceship.
You ever played one?
I have.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
Listen, we've watched enough videos of people fighting through Les Pauls.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so Dave, to catch you up, these two singers are like total fucking badasses. Okay, but like she's doing her lead section right now, so it's like lead vocal versus lead vocal.
Oh,
but it's like this really deep like funk kind of groove. Okay, you ready for this?
Question. Where's their 60-foot rotating screen?
That one wasn't in this one.
It's on the side of the stage.
Yeah. It
Oh,
wasn't in this
okay.
one.
Yeah, after that, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I did notice that. What did you call that guitar?
Parker Fly.
Parker Fly. I did notice the Parker Fly.
Oh yeah. They're a weird looking.
See?
fucking
Like a
thing.
spaceship for funk, right?
They're weird fucking guitars,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
I
Weird.
it's
I
not
never
my
got
deal,
them.
but yeah, no.
This kick drum and this bass are locked in though.
It's almost like a scat thing going
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
here.
it's
yeah.
neat though, right?
Yeah.
And so like what she'll also do is she'll hold a pitch and she'll move her mouth a whole bunch and you don't hear any changes in the pitch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. She
I
can change
know.
her whole embouchure, but like have the tone not change.
Yeah, like you
Weird.
can't hear it, but
Yeah.
you can see, and she'll hold the microphone out of her way and like do all this like mouth shit, but there's no
Yeah, it's
tonality
just
difference.
Dead flat.
Dude, it is
Same
freaky.
pronunciation.
Question.
Yeah.
What does that do? for
I don't know.
you?
It's just a skill.
or just a thing.
She's
to
just
show
a
you
like
can
a-
do it?
coach. She's
Yeah,
a vocal
Oh,
coach.
she's,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
okay.
she's just basically showing like,
She's
hey,
flexing.
check
Sure.
out how good
Flexing.
I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
It's
I
a
got
part
you.
of the vibe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Parker Fly is the bass.
What?
Yep.
No.
Bass right
Yep.
there.
No, that's that PRS playing the guitar, and that's
No,
the
no,
bass. Watch
There's
it.
no
Look,
way.
Aguilar.
Come on.
It's an Aguilar
Is
bass
it?
rig. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Don't start saying crazy things.
But look how high he's playing on that
Look,
thing.
see, Fender.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
Fender
there's a
amp.
Fender on this side too.
No, it's an Aguilar bass rig. I ain't wrong.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
look at
yeah,
him.
you're
I
right.
ain't
You're
wrong.
right. You're right. You're right.
I ain't
My
wrong.
bad.
I got your
retract
back.
my statement.
Thank you.
I retract my statement.
That bent elbow tells me that's a bass player.
Yeah.
right
Okay.
there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That respectable
I
shirt.
heard the low note and I seen Buddy go down and I saw him and he was lower. Like,
It's
or
okay.
sorry,
You
he's
don't
higher
have
in the
to-
neck. No,
It's
just
okay.
wait.
It's okay.
Just wait. But then I realized that he's got more strings or it's tuned lower than I was expecting. So it would make sense for him to play it in that space. I just didn't think that at the time.
I guess I've just never actually seen the Parker bass, so
I only saw
assumed-
one, but it had a custom nut on it. And I
Oh.
think it was a guitar that they put baritone strings on. I think.
I don't know. They made a bass at one point.
Did they?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
gross.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they're
think
fine.
guitars look gross. I don't care. They're-
Yeah.
yeah.
They are what they are. Like, how many in a row was that? That was nuts.
You know what? I mean, this is, and this is not to throw any shade at Beyonce or anything, but like I'm almost more impressed by watching this than watching the Beyonce show, because the Beyonce show is like this
The
big
spectacle.
well, it's big well-oiled ironed out
it's a
machine, right? Like I mean, that's the same, like they're guaranteed every night, like
Yeah.
it's the best of the best working
This
on
is
it.
play.
Whereas this just seems more like, yeah, this is like you just showed up at the bar and this
Yeah.
is
Hang out.
happening.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
look at this
Yeah.
guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You expect it at a Beyonce show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've paid, and you're
Yeah.
kind of demanding. a
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
you know?
you're expecting. Whereas this is more like, oh shit, they're just here doing it, you know.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a jam. They're just having fun, right? Okay, switch. There it is, confirmed. Rochelle Farrell. Okay, we got it.
That's my job, you know what you better say, you guys. Just burn the stage and go. Yeah, good time, y'all.
I like how funky this one is too.
What's that?
This has got a lot more funk to it.
It's a real deep pocket, eh?
Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
That's the kind of music I want to do. I want to do some funk. I'm too white to do funk. But I wanna do some funk.
You can certainly try.
Do a little white boy funk.
That sounds good. Let me see it. Good, good, good. That is the good, good, good. That is the good, good.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That's a heavy ending.
Yeah. That bass player, that drummer combo
I like that
fucking
drummer.
tasty.
I like
Yeah.
that drummer. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's hammering by the end of it. That's great.
Bernie Mac's service. Do thank you, Lord. Okay, we got one more to do, and then we gotta go home. That's her Dave. See how much her. Oh, okay, yeah. He wants to share her voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And then we gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed. My girlfriend's waiting for me at home. And so is all the dogs.
I'm here all night. No one loves me, so I'm good to go.
Never did.
Yeah,
They love me, Jeffy and Kevin. They're good guys.
Yeah. What was it? Which one was it from?
Bernie
Sorry,
Mac service.
Bernie Mac service, and it's called
Where's first one?
"Thank You, Lord." Bernie Mac's.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. This is gonna freak you out, Dave. You ready?
Mm.
Oh! I'm
Like
not
if he's
sharing.
like a short. He gave us a short one, and it's 9 minutes. Dude, that ain't short.
Just a quick 9-minute.
Bros before girlfriends. Yeah, okay. For you, Nick, we're gonna watch a bunch.
We're gonna
of this.
do a bit of it.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep.
Did you say painkiller?
No, thank you,
Oh,
Lord.
sorry. I have listened to too much Judas Priest. Oh, we
this
getting
is
a
very-
pain?
this
Are we
is a
getting a
different
painkiller
vibe, Dave.
cover? We're
This
getting
is a very different vibe than Judas Priest.
We're getting an R&B painkiller cover now.
No, this
Fuck
is a memorial
yeah.
service. Is when Bernie Mac died. This is gonna be far more somber than
Oh,
the previous.
yeah.
song.
Oh, okay.
So here, hold on. Let me show you guys what I'm about to talk about. If you see this little mixer that's in the middle there, that's because back then they didn't have big enough like traveling production things. So you had to plug all these keyboards into this, so it would sum it down to 2, and then you could move it on to the big soundboard because they didn't have big digital soundboards back then. So you had to have multiple.
What year is this from?
It's not that long ago, but it's long enough ago that they're traveling with
Yeah, they
their
were doing
own
sonic
analog
mixers, yeah.
soundboard for their keyboard rig. But anyways,
Decent time.
watch your mouth.
Thank you, Lord.
Very expressive.
Lord, I thank you now, for He showed me how to laugh again. Thank you, Lord.
Like it sounds like there's no breath left, and then she's like, "Yeah, I'll just keep going." You know what I mean?
Thank you, Lord.
you, Lord. I wrote this song this week in my grief, in my joy. The two mixed up together and came out like this. Praising God for Bernie's life, my bean, my boots, my Rhonda. All I can do is say thank you, Lord. Thank you. Came here to celebrate the life of a little chocolate ball from the south.
Of a Rhodes.
What's that?
Rhodes keyboard.
Is that what it is?
Well, that's that sound. I don't think she's playing a Rhodes.
No, but it's got a bit
Yeah,
of yeah,
totally.
kind of that sort of patch.
It's an SM87 for the vocal as well, not a Beta 87 like this one.
Child, dark and handsome was he. With a smile worth more than a king's ransom to me. Yeah. Some say he made it big, but I say his heart was even bigger still. Lord, I thank you right now. I praise you right now for what you did and for keeping them in your will. I praise you, Lord.
But you see that like that embouchure change from like the like quiet side mouth to like the full mouth, and it's like there's not that much change.
It's funny you mentioned that because like I didn't realize like the singer I work with, Robin, she does that shit all the time.
Does she?
Like her like she did all these weird mouth movements and stuff that I'm like seem weird to me, but you know I'm not like a trained singer.
Yeah.
But now that you mention it, and it's like it's kind of
it adds to it, right?
Shit like that. Yeah.
It's neat. It's super neat.
Wow.
Like, isn't that ridiculous? It's nuts, man. And look at all that processing beside it too.
That's how old it is.
Yeah.
They have rack mounted.
They actually have rack.
That's
still.
That's either a TC Electronics M1 because it's got the one knob, not the two, or it's a really old disc player that I used to have. It's really hard to tell which one it is because they both look almost the same. But I'm pretty sure it's a TC Electronics M1. I'm pretty sure it's a TC Electronics M1.
track.
Or it's a 6-disc changer.
No, I'll show you pictures. There's it looks the exact same, but like at the top of the screen here is where the CD would go in.
Yeah,
and that's why it's freaking me out.
I don't think you're wrong.
I know,
but like there was also those ones where it was like it was a rack mount for a keyboard, but you could have patches loaded on a disc.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
No, that's a TC.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Probably. I'm just saying, like my dad had one of those back in the day where it was like you put in a CD and then it was like different sounds, and then you could like take out the CD and get.
That's how you. Patches. Yeah, that's how you get your patches. Yeah. Okay.
And it was like 24 sounds or something.
Oh like that. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Wow, amazing, phenomenal.
Oh, here they're zooming in for you. Oh,
this is a transition. So I was talking over it.
Thank you for putting them on the planet when and where you did. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us so richly, for he was richly gifted.
it sounds like
Oh, it's a great range.
it sounds like a guitar talking,
Yeah.
or like a harmonica talking. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, like I've heard Robert Randolph solos, like pedal steel solos that sound just like that.
yeah,
Like it's so cool.
Yeah, that's super crazy. But anyway, it is past my bedtime, and
Oh my.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but now you've gotten a taste of it. We're gonna do some more live moving forward. I appreciate everyone that hung out. I mean, this was a long one, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
My guy.
Well, thanks for everybody. This is
yeah, we're gonna have to do this again.
Cool.
Right?
I've never done anything like this before. It's neat to have people on here interacting and talking with us. It's cool. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, we appreciate every one of y'all. Love you all.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you all. We'll see everyone again soon.
Absolutely.
See you again.